All right, and welcome to the Melon Patch Smash 3v3 series. I'm joined today with Wooz. Wooz, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. It's been a while since I've been in the booth.
Yeah, I know you said it was like a little over a year.
It's been close to that, so fun to be able to come back to it. That's for sure.
Well, it's going to be fun indeed because we're going to have some really good teams tonight. Right now, we got 4-4, and what was the other team we had, Woos?
Fruity Loot.
Fruity
so
Loot?
You're making me hungry. You might have made some cereal out here.
Well, I've already had my dinner for the night, so I think I'm safe. But so far, it's looking like a very close matchup. No one really doing too much just yet, but it looks like Fruity Loops may be on the attack, and a nice shot from Magic will put them up by one with just under a minute in the game.
Oh, Lord. I apologize. I'm having audio issues with my headset. But, yep, just a minute in, though, and we already have the team up by one, and Paperclip getting the ball here. Gonna try to pass it up. Back Stan going center, looking for the pass and not able to get it. Going out here to the side. Which I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember which team is which.
So Orange is 404 and Fruity Loops is the blue team.
Glad to know. Thank you very much for informing me. Oh, and a missed shot from the backboard there from Bax. Unfortunate. Paperclip trying to do something fancy, not able to get it. Nice job with the pressure and the pass. Redirect in, and Paperclip will tie up the game 1-1. What a play here, Lightning.
Yeah, an amazing job getting that 50 off in front of the goal, and it was a good read by Wicked to go ahead and pop that back into the mid for Paper to go ahead and finish. Just a good few touches there, and a great setup to get the defense off of their back line and on their toes, because keeping a defense off their game like that is a very good thing to do if you want to go ahead and score some goals.
Indeed it is, and they're doing a really good job of keeping pressure right here. Wicked going for another shot. What a save from Magic, but Bax coming in, following up for his teammate, getting another one, and you will see Team 404 go up with the lead here in the first half of this match.
You might say that he had his back. Had his backs.
I like the pun there. That was real good. As we go in here for the next kickoff, Paperclip again with the win, immediately going with the pressure from Team 404 here against Fruity Loops. Tyler there going to win the 50 and send it down to the orange half. This is the first time we've seen it on the orange half for a long time, and as we can see, it was very short-lived.
Ooh, and what a banger of a shot on net, but Magic fortunately able to get there for this Fruity Loops team. So far, I like what I'm seeing out of both of these teams, but it's definitely 4-4 instead of getting some better looks when they're on offense. And like you said, we really haven't seen the ball remain on the orange side for too long.
Indeed. It looks like they're starting to get a little bit more pressure here. Tyler having a good look on net, but Wicked coming in hot just enough to take it away, at least trying to keep the possession. But we're seeing a lot more midfield game now coming from both sides, as Fruity Loops seem to be really coming into their game a little bit more here.
Yeah, they're definitely looking a little bit more comfortable, as Magic might have a shot here, but it's going to be redirected away. Tyler trying to get a setup, but 404 will remain strong and get this one down on the blue side. But you're definitely right. Fruity Loops is starting to look a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more consistent with their touches and passes. Tyler being a proof of that right there, as he reads that pass beautifully. But I think they're going to be a little bit closer as the matches continue. I don't know if they're going to be able to pull this one back quite yet, because 404 is still playing very solidly, but we'll have to wait and see on that one.
Indeed, you can definitely tell a mechanical difference so far as well with Team 404 versus Fruity Loops here. Here, another shot coming in, and it does manage to sneak its way past the defense just off the side post. Wicked just setting himself up very well, popping it in, and already a 2-goal lead for Team 404, and we're down to only a minute and a half left in this match.
Yeah, the one thing that Fruity Loops seems to be struggling is their defensive rotations is what seems to be plaguing them the most out of everything. A lot of the times they're stacking up defenders in the net, but no one goes, or both of them go, and they end up in a position where they're getting scored on. Like, that shot from Wicked, it really didn't have that much power on it. And yeah, it hit crossbar and went in, but I feel like Fruity Loops could have gone ahead and saved that if they were in the correct positions and they're actually where they needed to be. So I feel like if they go ahead and clean up their defensive rotations a little bit, I feel like they'll find more success against this Fruity Loops team, as Paperclip gets another beautiful shot. And with 50 seconds left, I'm going to go ahead and say that might be the nail in the coffin for Fruity Loops in Game 1.
I definitely got to agree. You can tell here in the last 30 seconds to minute, Team 404 definitely starting to have some fun with some mechanics. You saw Wicked go for that crazy flip reset angle, just missing it, but setting it up for his teammate off of it. So you can tell they're starting to have a little bit of fun. They're getting comfortable. They're getting, they got a solid lead here, so they're going to try to, it seems like, go for clips at this point. And it could be an option for Fruity Loops to try to take advantage, especially if they continue this going into Game 2. But at this point right now, Team 404 definitely looking like the dominant team.
Yeah, one of the things that you always got to practice is being confident, not cocky. If you get cocky in Rocket League, 9 times out of 10, if your opponent's anywhere near you in skill, they're gonna make you pay. in one way or another. You see it all the time, really. Once teams get too comfortable, eventually they make a little bit of mistake here and there. But it seems like 404 is keeping the right mindset. Bax putting another one in, even though they're up by 4 goals now. They haven't released any pressure on Fruity Loops. Some may see it as a little bit disrespectful, but I really feel like the fact that 404 is still playing them as if it's a close game shows that they respect them as a team and understand that they can still make a comeback.
Completely agree. And just like that, it will touch the ground. Team 404 do take the win here in game number 1. As we go on to the rest of the series. Looks like Ty left. Looks like they're going to be going with a car change. Sometimes just that little car change can give that enough of a mentality break and make you seem like you're going to be playing faster. So let's see if maybe that can help Fruity Loops here going into game 2.
I'm going to go with Scarab or no game 2. I really hope he goes into the Scarab. Just to kind of switch it up. But
he's switching to the Fennec.
Switching to the Fennec.
There we go. Got to get the power of the Fennec, man. I'm telling you right now, best car in the game. Can't deny it.
Nah. Scarab 100%. You got to be the ball to hit the ball.
Be the ball to hit the ball. Fair enough. You gotta be the wrench. You gotta know the wrench.
Exactly.
I love that. Love the dodgeball reference there.
But hopefully, Fruity Loops will find a little bit more success here in game 2. They were starting to look pretty solid mid-match there, but they fell back into that same sort of rhythm that they were falling into in that early game where 4-4 was finding more success as the game went on. I'm not sure if it's because Fruity Loops just said, we're down 3 goals, we're just going to focus on the next game, or what was really going on there, but I'm really hoping for a better showing in this game, too, for Fruity Loops.
I agree as well. They are playing with Magic, who is listed as their alternate, so I don't know if they did have to sub him in last minute or if that was the plan all along. But either way, you can definitely tell Team 404 having some fun. They are a very talented team, and it's giving good experience here for Fruity Loops as they are taking them on. And I gotta say, even though they may be a little just outmatched a little bit, you can tell mechanically, they're holding their own. They're playing up to the speed. And I'm curious whether they're gonna have the Cinderella story here and come through with a win. Nice pass there to Tyla, but defense comes through with a good rotation. You get it. Wicked looking for a center pass. Is Bax gonna receive it? He's gonna fake it out and just take it to the corner instead and look for the backboard pass. Looks like it will be dropped down and it will go in from Paperclip. What a play!
Yeah. Paper's been the majority of the offense or I shouldn't say the majority of the offense. He's just been the one that's been scoring the most goals for 404. He's been where he's needed to time and time again, and he's just consistently where he needs to be, exactly knows when his teammate's going to pass, so you know they have the communication down pat. It's just, like you said, they're a more mechanical team, and unfortunately for Fruity Loops, playing up is a difficult thing to do because I'm sure 404 can play up as well, which gives it that skill gap even greater variety. So yes, Fruity Loops can make that comeback, but with the way this game's going already and the fact that we're almost already midway through this match, it's looking less and less likely with every 30 seconds that goes by that Fruity Loops is going to be able to hold on.
I would agree, and an unfortunate touch from Viro there, but luckily Tyler comes in to get him out of that bad situation. Bax turning on this, keeping so much pressure here on the backboard of the blue side of the field. Paperclip getting a shot, and it will sneak past. Unfortunately, the defense almost able to get the touch there, but just not quite fast enough on positioning. And we're going to have Team 404 here go by 2 as near halfway point.
Yeah, and as they say, close doesn't really mean much unless it's horseshoes. So, with 404 taking that 2-goal lead, the sense of desperation and stress on Fruity Loops is almost visual at this point. You can see how right now, like with Tyler going, I don't know if that was Tyler or Viro, One of them was down the orange side trying to demo people. You can see just a desperation in their playstyle.
You are not wrong here. Paperclip taking it to the backboard. Looked like he was almost going for a demo on Magic there. Magic able to avoid it. Viro, unfortunately, getting the whiff here, and Tyler's left to clean up the mess. Is he going to get the midfield clear? It looks like it's not, and the pass down to backs. And again, Team 404 will come away with another goal, up by 3 now with 2 minutes left. I just don't see, I don't see Fruity Loops coming away with a win here, unfortunately, Black Lightning. They're going to have to change something up. It almost looks like they're starting to really, the defeat is starting to set in, and they're starting to panic. And this is the time when they need to not do that. They need to have that strong mentality. They need to come through with some confidence, knowing that the possibility is there. Although it may be slim, they have it there. They just have to be completely peaking as a team together.
Yeah, and like he said, they are panicking. One of the big things in Rocket League that a lot of people underestimate is that mental aspect of Rocket League. If you're not in the right mindset, it's going to be so much more difficult to win games and take series. That's why a lot of these RLCS teams, you hear, oh, our coach is a mental coach. Like, we're already good on skills. We just need somebody there to go ahead and get us mentally prepared. As Viro does find one for this Fruity Loops team, which may just help their mental space just a little bit.
Indeed, what I've always said is Rocket League is absolutely a momentum-based game. If you can just start to get some momentum, it can completely change the outcome of a match. And just that one goal here, you see Magic going up, almost getting it, follow through from Pilot and Viro. Can they get it in? Paperclip, unfortunately, waiting there for an easy clear. But even that right there is going to give them some confidence in the fact that they had a shot on goal. They had that opportunity after that goal. You see the momentum. We're now on the orange half quite a bit. 50 there in the midfield. Tyler's going to try to get the beat there, but unfortunately gets bullied into the wall and backs now to the back. We're looking for the shot, and it will sneak past, and Wicked will immediately shut down said momentum. And now with a minute left, I don't see it happening, unfortunately.
I 100% agree with you there. I mean, it's basically the same thing that happened last match. I mean, we reached a minute mark, and 4-4 was up. I'm pretty sure they're up 3 goals, just like last game at the minute mark. But fortunately for Fruity, they are seeming a little bit stronger in this last half of the game, unlike they were in the last match.
And indeed, the fact that they just came away with another goal is fantastic to see. 56 seconds, 2 goals behind. We've seen crazier things in Rocket League. Let's see if we can hope for a miracle here and go to a game 3, because I mean, every caster agrees. If the more games we can have in a series, the better it's going to be. So let's get this storyline rolling.
Yeah, and you always love to see extra matches because that's more content and more time for us to hear our wonderful voices and stroke our ego just a little bit more.
Oh man, you said it, not me. I gotta say that much. Backs here, taking it in front. It looks like they decided not to go for that shot. Myro trying to take it downfield. Magic literally underneath him. They've got spread out with Smith's positioning. Being right on top of each other is not going to be the way to go here. Tyler going to take to the backboard. See if they can go for another shot. Unfortunately, gets bumped out of the way, and it looks like Orange will take possession here in the final seconds, and down by 2. And looks like that shot almost goes in. What a save. But regardless, with 2 seconds left, Team 404 is going to take the win.
And now at this point, it's just a customary Rocket League keep it up game. But
Right.
404 will be walking off with the win against Fruity Loops. I mean, I liked what I saw out of both teams, but the consistent factor there was that Team 404 was the stronger team. They had the better team comp and the better mechanical skill, as you had been saying pretty much that entire series. So congratulations on moving on to Team 404 first and foremost, but just congratulations to the Fruity Loops for being here and showing up, because they definitely didn't let things get out of hand too much.
Oh, absolutely. Congratulations to both the teams, 404, obviously, for winning and moving on. I'm excited to see more of them play, as they are actually managed by a friend of ours here. But congratulations to Fruity Loops for putting up the fight they did. They gave us a good match. It was an enjoyment to watch. And the fact that they were able to start getting momentum here in that final game was awesome to see. So regardless, kudos to them. And look, and I believe we will be moving on. Let me looking at the bracket here. I believe we'll be moving on to 9-year-old Prodigy versus MPG Crenshaw crew of all games.
Yeah, so I've actually seen 9-year-old Prodigies play before. They're a solid squad. So I highly suspect this is going to be a very interesting game to go ahead and watch.
I am so as if anybody doesn't know, I am the owner and CEO here at Melon Patch Gaming. I am just the emergency sub for casting for this the first half of the stream today. But MPG Crenshaw crew is one of our academy teams, and the fact that they are even making it this far is amazing. They have been practicing. They've been consistently getting better. We've had Corky, the captain of that, has been a part of us for a year. Killa's been around for quite a while as well, his teammate. And they've been drastically improving the whole time. It's been absolutely insane to see. But the fact that they are going up against these teams and winning, they won it in 3-2 games against Merciless Pro Esports, which is, they went to the final, I believe, either final or semifinal in our last Melon Patch Smash. So the fact that they're doing this well is not only surprising, but really fun to see.
And I remember when Crenshaw crew was first made. They've been around for a long time. Now, is it still the same roster of Corky and oh man, I can't remember the other two names.
Corky, Crippy, and World. That was the original Crenshaw crew.
Yeah.
No, Crippy and World have since left. Crippy actually just retired from competitive Rocket League. Announced that on his Twitter recently. World will be coming back. He has been playing twos casually with Corky in IGL. But I believe he may be coming back to the roster. Don't quote me on that. But the current roster now is Corky or Landon, Killa, who was formerly on our Cantaloupe Coop roster, and Doc, who has been a long-time friend of theirs. So that is the current Crenshaw crew roster.
Okay, so they're a very solid squad, because I think if that's the same Doc that I'm thinking of, I think that I'm willing to say they're probably one of the better teams in this bracket, if that's the case.
Going into this, I would not have said so, but they are surprising me with how well they're playing, because none of them are SSLs, and I believe the Merciless Pro roster was SSLs, so the fact that they beat them was impressive, to say the least. But they, like I said, they've been putting in work. I'm glad to see them doing so well and playing like they are. And Prodigies here, you have more information on those players than I do, but we've got Jerry, Bishop, and Toxics. What's a little bit of their history?
So I've seen a lot of them play in the Frost and V6 esports tournaments. Jerry is a very, very mechanical player, very in your face, trying to get the defense off on their toes. He's one of those players that really elevates the dynamic of the team when he's on the field. And with the other two players on there, they're by no means any worse than Jerry, but Jerry's just that name that is kind of the forefront for 9-year-old Prodigies. Time and time again, he's shown that his skill is a little bit more than what the other two have, but what? I'm sorry. I had somebody yell in my ear for a second. But we will be going to break here just for a few minutes, and we will be back with you shortly.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to the Melon Patch Smash. Me and Woos here are very excited for this next matchup. We got the Crenshaw crew going up against the 9-year-old Prodigies. A battle of the underdogs is the big bad SSLs. Woos, I know you're gonna. I'm probably very 100% sure who you're gonna pick here, but who you got coming out on top?
I can't be biased. I can't be biased. This is my own team. I contract them. They're like, I gotta be rooting for Crenshaw crew because they're my own team, and the fact that they've made it this far is amazing to me. They're playing out of their minds today. That's the only way they've gotten this far, to beat a team like Merciless Pro, and even the team they just beat beforehand. But I have to try to stay unbiased because I am the caster here. I don't want to be biased casting. Nobody likes that. But if I'm going to be rooting for a team, it's going to be Crenshaw crew. Now, if I'm going to be picking a team, I'm probably realistically going to have to go with 9-year-old Prodigies. But on that note, I would have picked the other two teams against Crenshaw crew as well, and they've surprised me with both of those series. So I really don't know what to think.
Maybe it's like the whole situation of the Sunless Khan videos, or was it Sunless Khan or was it somebody else? But there was a series of videos out on YouTube where they had some champs play against higher ranking members, and they went all the way up to like GC3, and they beat the GC3 team. So they're like, all right, you guys are playing SSLs, and the champs were absolutely peaking. So I wonder if that's kind of the same situation, or Crenshaw's actually, gotten to the level where they are SSL ready.
I think they are getting close. That is for sure. Killa's been on the verge of SSL before. He is a high GC player. Landon has since caught up, and Doc just a little bit lower than them. The strides they've made in the past year has been absolutely insane. But the players are taking the field, going into our first kickoff, and we are going to have a fantastic kickoff.
Yeah, and kickoff will be going in the favor of Melon Patch just for a brief second, as they have some pressure already on this 9-year-old Prodigy side. Killa looking for something in the middle, but no one's quite there. But Doc does get the big clear. They send it back down onto the orange half and gets a very good bump early in, disrupting that defense already. So already I'm liking what I'm seeing out of this Crenshaw squad.
Absolutely. The pressure they've been putting up is insane. Unfortunate hit there from Doc. Oh, but the teammate comes in for the redirect and unfortunately misses that. And,
oh, no!
And it is answered by another unfortunate teammate. It's almost like they meant to trade that team bump as they go for the shot. But you're not wrong. The pressure from Crenshaw been insane so far. You've seen good clears, good passes, but not a good keep of possession of the ball here. Another double commit coming out from Crenshaw could spell disaster, as we see Prodigies here starting to get more and more pressure around the blue side.
Yeah, and Landon is trying to get rid of this, but unfortunately nobody's back, but they won't score it. Killa getting back just at the end to see that ball crossbar. That's almost like seeing your life flash before your eyes a little bit, seeing that ball hit the crossbar and go down. Because you don't know if that's going to bounce out or go in or what's going to happen with that ball. But Crenshaw crew narrowly escaping a goal, and an opportunity here for Crenshaw as Doc puts it on target, but it is going to be too high.
Indeed, Landon with the follow-through, though, going to take it to the backboard. Bishop going to have to get it clear. He'll take it to the side, looking for the double touch, and will get it. As we go to the midfield, Doc and Killa, unfortunately, with the double commit. Landon looking for the challenge, does not get it, and will leave an open net, and Jerry will put it in to give Prodigy the 1-goal lead.
Yeah, Crenshaw was leaving that net open a little bit too much. They are trying to be aggressive, which is commendable. But you also got to remember that you have the entire back half of that field back there. And if somebody isn't back there 90% of the time, the opponent team is going to put that ball into your backfield, and before you know it, you're going to have a goal scored on you, just like we saw there with Jerry putting that one on target. But,
indeed. And Toxic there, unfortunately, with that miss. We've seen, honestly, Crenshaw's been getting kind of lucky with some of the misses here, whether it be whiffs or just inaccuracy on the shots. And it's been smelling good in their favor, but they've missed out on vital opportunities when given. I don't know how long those opportunities are going to last.
And speaking of an opportunity, there is a good opportunity for 9-year-old Prodigies. Bishop getting it down to Jerry, and finishing off the goal will be Bishop. So Prodigy is going up by 2. Crenshaw by no means is playing bad, but they just need to clean up their rotations a little bit. They're getting a little aggressive. They're trying to make plays happen a little bit too much.
Right, and especially with some double commits you've seen come out, especially on the offense from them. They're getting excited. They know they're playing above what their normal level is, but they've been peaking today. Yeah, so it almost seems really like the excitement is getting them. They're all very, very rushed to go for these shots and excited that they've gotten this far, and it could be spelling doom if they don't get it under control.
Yeah, playing fast is one thing. Setting pace is another, and I feel like if Crenshaw wants to be able to go ahead and dictate this game, like, not only, like I said, do they need to clean up their defensive rotations, but set your own pace. Playing fast is good, but if you're able to set the tone and pace for the game, that does a whole lot more for you than if you're going to be playing fast, as Bishop's going to find the net again, but it goes just wide. Crenshaw crew escaping another goal, as Jerry will put this one back out into the center, but Crenshaw will finally get this one off their side.
Indeed, narrowly escaping that onslaught there from Prodigies. Crenshaw getting lucky, especially after that double commit with a wide open net, but Bishop not able to put it in off of that fantastic push. Here we have Killer trying to get something, but we have a double commit here from the defense, which ends up working out. Double commit again in the corner. You see Bishop going for going upside down. It almost seems like he's starting to play around, seeing that they do have the win here. 52 seconds left and up by 2. Landon looking for a shot, saved by Bishop. Jerry's going to go up, and it seems like we are seeing Prodigy starting to play around and get a little overconfident here.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I said earlier. You know, you gotta learn that line between confidence and cockiness, because it's a very fine line. But 9-year-old Prodigies does sense that they have the skill gap here, so the cockiness is understandable, especially now that you're up 3 goals. But Crenshaw crew by no means is lagging behind them. They're keeping on par for most of this match, but the few mistakes they have made, unfortunately, have come back to bite them.
Indeed, they have been crucial in the results of this match. But regardless, obviously we're seeing as Prodigy will take the win here in game number 1. I think it's actually going to be good for Crenshaw. As we had talked about earlier, I think their excitement of their wins today has gotten them double committing, gotten them preemptively going for certain things and positioning just wrong. And I think being humbled here by this loss may be what they need to take a cool head and a more calm, collected head to come into the next match, to where we might see some better position, better rotations from the team, and more than anything, it seems like they really need better communication.
Yeah, I'd say that's a very fair statement to make, but I'm really hoping they do take this as humbling instead of taking it as a frustrating kind of thing, as they did have a few good looks. They got a good look at the end there, but hopefully they look at this the correct way and see it as, well, we are playing against an SSL team that has been in the bubble scene for quite a while, and we're holding our own for the most part. So look at it as constructive more than a hindrance. And I think they'll be able to go ahead and, like you said, make the necessary changes, because it's just that mind state.
I fully agree. You see Doc having some bad ping here. I'm wondering if that had anything to do with some of the double commits. A lot of the double commits we did see come from Crenshaw, Doc did have a hand in. So I do wonder if that is holding them back a little bit.
It's definitely the case. I mean, lag can impact your gameplay a very, very large margin of the time. And not to say that it doesn't happen at the RLCS level, but you don't really see it too much. But in the case of like how Justin had his connection problems at LAN and RLCS before, it's understandable. But Prodigy's going up early here may be setting the tone for the match.
That almost was just unfortunate. And you could probably put it down to bad rotation here as Killa rotating into the ball at near post. Unfortunately, it just got knocked into his ball off the backboard and it was just set up perfectly for a pass. So you could probably put it back down to bad rotation. But in my opinion, I wouldn't let that get to you. But what a save from Killa! The dunk there, almost getting in and out. Open net from Landon will go in, and right away we have Crenshaw crew tying it up.
Yeah, and that's their first goal of the series against. I'm pretty sure it's their first goal against this 9-year-old Prodigy's team. So already that's a good momentum that this Crenshaw crew is going to find going into this match. So being able to tie that up and make that save, you can't forget about Killa's save because that was absolutely A1. I mean, Toxic thought he had that goal all the way, and Killa just came in last minute to go ahead and steal that away.
Absolutely, just quality timing, perfect goal. I'm sure that might have been one of those moments he almost kind of screams at his computer like, "Oh, I just hit that," you know. But unfortunately, what a clear from Jerry off the backboard here to get an open net goal to answer Landon's. Killa trying to be mechanical, does not get a good touch, sets it right up for Jerry to 50 that all the way into the net. We'll see if Crenshaw crew, we are still very early, only a minute in, see if Crenshaw crew can answer that and keep in the game.
Unfortunately for them, this kickoff does go in Prodigy's favor. So, I mean, I'm surprised that I just realized this, but we've only played a minute into this match so far. And there's already been 3 goals scored, one of them being Crenshaw crew. But the fact that they are holding on shows very good signs. But with how Toxic and Jerry are going ahead and reading these plays, it's going to be a very difficult one for Crenshaw crew to come back on.
It will, but we are seeing a bit of possession game here. A lot more pressure on the orange half of the field here. Landon, nice intercept there for the pass to the backboard. Toxic missing his opportunity, so Killa's going to center it. Can Doc get there? He can, but Jerry is there to answer with the save. As we go to the backboard, Landon looking for the double touch. He'll try to drop it down, but unfortunately we'll go wide, and Toxic will get the clear. Jerry, not sure what he's doing all the way up, but we'll get a solid pass down to Toxic, but Killa will take advantage of the open net in the midfield, and we'll tie the game 2-2.
Yeah, and a very good look for Killa here as that entire backfield was wide open. Bishop and Toxic pushed up very aggressively. And I'm starting to think that's a cockiness from 9-year-old Prodigy setting in again. To where they're making these mistakes because they feel like they have the time and like Crenshaw crew won't be able to go ahead and do anything anyway. So Crenshaw getting good breaks here because of that mindset that I feel like 9-year-old Prodigy's is going into this match with.
I absolutely agree. It seems like 9-year-old Prodigy's definitely taking a cocky approach, going for some crazy mechanics that they obviously don't hit every time. You saw one of them go up the back wall, do something nuts that you know that they wouldn't do that in a more serious match. And I think Crenshaw crew is seeing this and wanting to punish them for it. They're wanting to take advantage of these easy mistakes and get too far ahead, and then at that point just play good defense and hold them off. And that even may be how they got some of their wins before this.
Yeah, the key thing you got to do is just respect your opponent. I mean, it doesn't really matter what rank they're at. If they're GC1 and you're SSL, or GC2 and you're SSL, I mean, you still got to treat them with the same respect as anyone else you'd play because you don't know what they could be doing. They could be absolutely peaking. And just as we've seen from this bracket that Crenshaw crew ran through, I mean, they, like you said, have to be peaking today because of just how far they've made it.
Absolutely. I'm just looking at it right now, the fact that they're keeping this pressure, unfortunate whiff there from Killa, but the pressure they've been keeping. keeping it in the midfield, if not on the orange half. Unfortunate right here. This could end up in a goal, but Killa finally getting the clear out. Bishop's going to stop it, but it's very much in the latter half of this match. Been very back and forth. If anything, actually, more on the orange side. Drop down from Killa, almost going in, but does end up a little bit too high. With 59 seconds left, if they can keep this pressure, I see this going Crenshaw's way.
Definitely, they do have a chance. And that chance is looking better and better the more pressure that they get and the more 9-year-old Prodigies makes mistakes. As Landon here looking for a chance on net, but won't get it. Bishop gonna go ahead and clear this one back onto Crenshaw's side. And Toxic with the pre-jump, but a demo in the backfield leaves the 9-year-old Prodigy side open, but no follow-up on the shot as Jerry just spawns back. So unfortunate for the Crenshaw crew.
And indeed, Landon already trying to get the clear out. Unfortunate, demo cannot get there. He gets the save and keeps Crenshaw crew alive. Killa with the challenge. It looks like Landon's going to be first to this ball. Bishop's going to try to challenge, but will not be successful. With 1 second left, can Bishop in the net? It's going to drop, and we are into overtime here in game number 2.
Yeah, and I already just want to congratulate Crenshaw crew for taking this to overtime. 9-year-old Prodigies, they have the skills to where, you know, they can play with the best of the teams we're going to see in this tourney. So for Crenshaw crew to be, like you said, an academy team who aren't SSL yet, to take them to OT is a momentous achievement for them. So by no means, if they do lose, they should not feel like they shouldn't feel bad. They did a great job today.
Oh, I 100% agree. Toxic going for an incredible angle off the backboard. But I completely agree. They've got to be proud of how they've been playing in this tournament today. We're seeing a lot more aggression here come out from Prodigies. They obviously don't want to let this one go. Jerry going for the double tap, but cannot get on the right angle of the ball. Yeah, 9-year Prodigies starting to show a little bit of their mechanical skill, their rotational and positional skill. Bishop going for a shot here. Trying to drop it down. Can it be followed up? Landon whiffing or faking? I'm not sure. But regardless, now Killa getting possession of the ball. And we are back over to Crenshaw crew having a little bit of pressure here.
Yeah, let's go with faking for landing. Just a little bit of a nicer term. But it was a good play regardless. Kept the ball out of the net, so either way, you got to be happy for Crenshaw. Yeah, we're a minute 30 into this OT, so one of these teams has to make a move. It seems like they're a little bit tentative because, I mean, Prodigy wants to go on, but they don't want to make a mistake, it almost feels like, so they're playing a little bit more reserved. But like you said, we are seeing a little bit more of that mechanical skill out of them as well, but we're not seeing many passing plays. They don't want to commit to players at once just for the fear that Crenshaw crew is going to get a big clear and they aren't going to have anyone back.
Indeed, opportunity comes here, but Bishop gets the save. Landon trying to take that shot off the sidewall. Now Bishop trying to pass out to Toxic. Toxic commits a little too far forward and doesn't have the shot on net. Will provide a pass up to Doc from Landon as it bounces off. Kill is going to go up looking for the shot. Tries to put it. It's off the backboard, but nobody home from Crenshaw crew to try to double tap that in. And we will have Bishop with control here. Almost gets the dribble past Landon. And as we are in the corner here of the blue half field, Crenshaw crew desperately trying to stay alive. I really feel like Prodigies has the ability to take those risks right now because they're up a game anyway. So I'm honestly surprised that they're not taking these opportunities to try just do some nutty plays, go for those one-on-one, 1v2 situations. And instead, they're playing a much safer game, like you've mentioned.
Yeah, it's almost like Crenshaw got humbled in the first game, but now it's at the point where I feel like 9-year-old Prodigies has been humbled a little bit, realizing that, you know, they got to treat the they got to show Crenshaw crew a little bit of respect because of just how well they have been playing. And they came in and they definitely underestimated Crenshaw crew a decent bit from how I look at it. So right now, the fact that they're not committing definitely shows the fact that they are respecting him a little bit more. As Bishop's going to be going for the bump on the play.
Oh my gosh.
Won't get the goal.
Oh, what a save
now, Crenshaw crew hanging on with their back against the wall, and this ball will finally be cleared onto the 9-year-old Prodigy side before Bishop sends it straight back.
Oh my gosh, and the double commit in the air here. Jerry now is going to take to the air. Plenty of boost to work with. Getting it over Doc, but Killa will be on the backboard to clear it out. We are now at 3 minutes and 57 seconds. We are nearing a full game of Rocket League in overtime here.
Yeah, insane to think about. But Crenshaw crew has been playing phenomenally, and 9-year-old Prodigies have made a decent amount of errors on their plays to where Crenshaw crew has gotten a little bit more leadway than what 9-year-olds should have let them have. But regardless, Crenshaw is absolutely playing out of their minds for the level that they are at and have been holding their ground against this Prodigy team.
Absolutely, and it's so exciting to see. Toxic going up, going to beat Landon here, looking for the touch, gets the flip reset, goes for the hit, but Doc will interrupt it with a challenge. Jerry looking at Bishop's going to interrupt him, but he will get the shot, and Landon comes in with a clutch save. Once again, Landon, the defensive god, it seems like, on the defense right now.
Yeah, he's made a lot of those good looks as Jerry goes for a shot on that, but goes screaming by the ball. Bishop taken out of the play, and Crenshaw crew will still hold on as this one goes off the backboard. Landon with a big clear. He's looking for the net.
Oh.
Toxic will unfortunately clear it away, though, as Doc puts one on target, but it's just wide. Crenshaw could have gotten away with the game there if Doc had put that one directly on net. But unfortunately for Crenshaw, that one was wide. So pressure reset. Prodigy is back on the attack.
We are at 5.5 minutes of overtime right now, Lightning. I cannot handle this pressure. Oh my lord.
It's not something I expected to see this early on into the tournament, but I'm definitely not upset by any means, as it's just the atmosphere it's creating is a phenomenal one, I'd have to say.
Oh my gosh, Toxic trying to get it back. Bishop's gonna bring it back into the blue half, but Killa's gonna interrupt. Can he get the challenge? He cannot, as Jerry again takes it to the corner. Doc waiting for his turn, will pop it up. Killa, or not Killa, but Landon's gonna go for the redirect. Looks like it's gonna waterfall down, but interrupted by Jerry. Killa perfectly positioned for this ball. Is gonna try to do something fancy with it. Into the corner, looking for a center pass, gets the challenge, and is on the backboard now as Landon tries to pop it out and will. Toxic trying to get out. Doc being passive, and a good thing he did, able to get a clear on the ball as it's now to the backboard. Killa putting it out. Landon getting a little bullied here in the midfield. Not able to get to the ball, but Doc following it up as good. The rotations here from Crenshaw, absolutely insane. Killa getting challenged in the midfield from Jerry. A lot of just midfield action going on right now. Which way is it going to break?
I don't know. It's so hard to tell. You think one of these teams has it finally nailed down, and then they miss the net. So it's not helping the pressure whatsoever. Because 9-year-old Prodigies had a good few looks at the net, but have hit it just high off a crossbar. Or Landon has made a good couple saves that have kept Crenshaw in this. And then Crenshaw's had a good few looks where they could have finished this game. But now we're 7 minutes. 7 minutes and 30 seconds into this OT. We're almost at 2 full games.
This is insane. Jerry with the save off of the midfield shot from Landon. He's going to try to get in. Open net. Can Toxic get there? Looks like it's going to be a little too fast for him. Unfortunate miss there from Prodigies, but Bishop looking for the shot. Gets challenged in the corner once again. Killa now been the king of getting the clears here. Jerry off the ceiling, trying to get it. Does not get the flip reset and will be sent to the corner by Landon with another save. Bishop to the ceiling. Killa's going to interrupt. Down to Landon. Landon with a full boost. What is he going to be able to do with it? It's going up, but not able to do it. Looks like they have a double commit and open. Killa's back, though. What a good reaction there from him. And Landon's going to send that to the side.
Yeah, that one had me scared a little bit. I didn't know if someone was following that up, but Killa thankfully getting back onto defense when he did, because I feel like that could have turned out really bad for Crenshaw if Prodigies had committed an extra player there. But they're still not committing players. I don't know if that's the
Oh my God.
Off the side, but Killa with an amazing save, pinching it off the crossbar. And Bishop looking for a shot on net, goes for the fake Killa.
No! Oh my gosh!
8 minutes and 44 seconds of overtime before Crenshaw crew finally falls to 9-year-old Prodigy.
What a game. A 9-minute overtime. 9-year-old Prodigy is finally coming away with the win after seeing so many opportunities on net. 5 saves from Killa, 4 saves from Landon, 4 saves from Doc. A total of 20 shots on net from Prodigies. And it took 9 minutes to get that one in. Landon commenting in the chat that they were sweating in comms. I am sure, but regardless, I am proud of the guys here to be able to get that win. Or sorry, get not the win. Not Prodigy's proud of them for the win, but Crenshaw crew lasting so long against that team.
Yeah, and what a scoreboard to look at. That as Volts put it in Twitch chat, that was an almost 15-minute game. That is, I'm lost for words. That was such an amazing series,
God.
and not one that I expected at all. But you know, it's just insane.
It's
Crenshaw
just
crew, hold your heads high, because oh my lord, did you ever put a show on?
Absolutely insane. And just to give you guys an example, Corky was Diamond 3. I think like this time last year. All right, just to give you guys an idea how far they've come and where they're at now. And I just can't tell you. I'm surprised to see them go that far. Surprised to see them last that long against that team. But the fact that they play that well, I am so proud of that roster. It is insane. But regardless, enough about Crenshaw crew. They're not even the team that won. Prodigies coming away with the win after going against such a sweaty Crenshaw crew. Hard calming the whole time. They said that is probably the most they've ever sweat. You saw that in chat. The fact that they were able to come away with that win after so much pressure and I think giving up some goals that I don't think they should have done, and being humbled there a little bit in that overtime. Exciting to see them move on. They will be playing Team 404 next in the winners semifinals. Or sorry, the winners finals.
The winners finals. Ooh, we're already there. You know, that game felt like it took forever. It almost felt like I mean, I know it was almost a 15-minute game, but it feels like it went on so much longer than that.
I fully agree. Regardless, though, the other team is waiting. We're going to go ahead and go to a quick little break here as we set up for the next match. Thank you guys so much for joining us. That is going to be it from myself and Black Lightning. We're going to be handing it off to Mr. Bepic and Wolfie Too Hot here for the back end. They'll be doing the winners finals, losers finals, and grand finals of the third ever $30 Melon Patch Smash Tournament. Black Lightning, it has been fantastic to cast alongside you, especially for my first time being in the booth in about a year.
Yeah, it has been an honor, Woos. I mean, for being out of it for a year, you still sound like you're just as on top of your game as you ever been.
I appreciate it.
Tell.
I appreciate it. Definitely had a rough start, but started to get back in the hang of things, so I appreciate the compliment, sir.
But Wolfie and I'm already blanking on name.
Bepic. Mr.
Mr.
B.
Wolfie and Bepic, we'll toss it over to you after we go to a brief intermission to let Sunderland go ahead and get things set up. But thank you all so much for having us.
Absolutely.
It's been a blast.
You guys have a great rest of your night.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the third Melon Patch Smash. I'm hoping, Wolfie, that these next series are as exciting as that last overtime, because that was a phenomenal match that those two teams put on for us.
Yeah, it was. Those teams came out there, and you have to love the resolve that those teams went. Go into that overtime, really stretching out, and as that clock ticks in that OT, you know that the atmosphere just continues to rise here, and you have to love the way 9-year-old Prodigy was able to come through there. But heck of a match. More than likely, it's going to be a precursor of what we're going to see right now.
Oh, yeah, and we get more 9-year-old Prodigies on our screen versus Team 404. And while we're talking about names, I'm Mr. Bepic, and this is Wolfie. I forgot to introduce us. Wolfie Too Hot, that is. And we'll be your captains of the stream for the rest of the evening, going all the way through grand finals. And the road to that last series starts right here with this best of 5 against 9-year-old Prodigies and Team 404, two very highly seeded teams in this tournament, Wolfie.
Yeah, these teams have been doing well throughout this tournament. They want to keep up their hot start, as they do not want to go into that losers bracket. So these teams are going to come into here, really try to put their best foot forward as this first game, usually a testing out period, but these squads want to really just hit the ground running, and it will be a see who can grab that first goal.
And we shall see as the players taking the pitch. Let's get this thing started. 5 minutes on the clock for game one as all Rocket League games start. And, well, we had a bit of a false start as players were just sitting there watching that ball go in. So you'll get to watch our faces a little bit longer. And we got all the adrenaline going, Wolfie, for no reason.
You know, these teams just love to tease us. We were ready to get into that game, and
Right?
They're just saying, hey, how about we not start it real quick? But you have to love it. These teams are ready. We're ready. It just only adds to the pressure here.
It does. And this is, by the way, the 2 seed versus the 4 seed in the tournament. Team 404, the lower seeded of the two. But these are still two very strong squads. I mean, everyone just watched 9-year-old Prodigies in that last series. And then Team 404, I believe, they destroyed Fruity Loops earlier on, Wolfie. Both squads, they are hot right now. They have, actually, 9-year-old Prodigies has dropped a game. And so has Team 404, but just one game.
Well, the one thing that you'll love from a team, as much as you would love seeing a team just sweep out, when the team loses one game, you know that they're battle tested. You know that they're willing to come back after their defeat and not keep their heads down.
Right.
But there's always that question from those teams that just get through here without that loss, but they've got that monkey off their back. Unfortunately, one of them does have to go down here, but it's going to be a great contest.
Yeah, one of these two teams is going to have to add more losses to their tally. That's the unfortunate nature of the bracket, but the good thing about Rocket League, you get to see how teams react as losers and as winners, because in this bracket, you don't want to just easily go through. You want to see if something's going wrong, so that way you can adjust going forward. And I think the teams are actually going to be ready this time, Wolfie. They're not going to give us a false start, as they are taking the field, and we should be getting this winners final started soon.
Yeah, as we start going here, really look for the pace to be set early. These teams may be going for some long booms in here, but 5 minutes into game number 1, let's see what these teams try to unpack.
Oh, already a shot on nets off the post, and it won't be going in. That was a read that 2 offensive players could not come up with. 9-year-old Prodigy's probably wishing they had that early goal.
Yeah, that one right there just puts the opposition on the back heels. Jerry trying to go, gets a great pinch pass. Can it go in? And yes, it can. Bishop puts the first one in here for 9-year-old Prodigies.
Well, they are going to feel too hard done by that first chance, because immediately after that, they get the ball from their own end, back into the box, an easy passing play off the back wall, and Jerry and Bishop get it started. And Wolfie, one player I've got my eye on in this series is Jerry, because I was watching that last best of 3. I was on stream, and Jerry's a bit of a nut. He goes for any kind of flip reset possible, but you can't be nutty if you're giving up open nets.
Yeah, unfortunately, the positioning there for 9-year-old Prodigy is just too forward. Wicked just noticing that, goes for the long clear. Great job. This team's able to get that equalizer, and that's what you want. Take away a team's momentum quickly and not let them sit on that lead.
Was one way to respond, realizing the positioning was off, and now they're playing some defense to keep this game tied. Team 404 still stuck in their back end. Toxics looking to go through that corner. Backs will cover it up. Jerry right back into that zone. for Team 404 to deal with. This time they will do a much better job as Paperclip takes it all on his own. Past one, we get it past the second. Nobody fits it into the center of the field, but Jerry shuts it down. Now he'll look for a second goal. Oh, no shots.
Yeah, great job. Just Elite lost it there. Would have been just an absolute banger if you were able to connect. When you see a team that's getting this comfortable mechanically, 9-year-old Prodigy is really going to come out here and just try to show out against Team 404. Look for them to continue trying to put on some high skill plays, but they can't forget the fundamentals. They have to get to those passing plays that allow them that first goal. But so far, both these teams have been showing out.
So far, but the Prodigies have been a bit rotationally lax thus far. There was an open net there for a second. They did get back in time. Here's a chance for Team 404. Backs off the back wall to no one in particular. He'll try and back pass it, but only Bishop takes control. It's a shot on net. They'll clip the save, and it's a strong one past that midfield line. A chance now for Team 404 to move up through the back wall. A chance for Braxton. He'll put it off the crossbar. A golden opportunity goes by the wayside.
That was an amazing dunk if he's able to connect here, but that's what you want. You want those good looks. As much as it's unfortunate you can't, you're not getting that ball, but you can go back to those opportunities and try to recreate them. This team is slowly trying to figure out this defense. Great demo there, alleviates some pressure as the aggression may be something to focus on as we get into the second half of game number 1.
Oh, that's a chance. Another one off the crossbar. Both teams going to have to exercise their crossbar demons because right now it's preventing both squads from scoring that second goal. Now Jerry for a clear out. It's shut down. Bishop, not so much, but he loses control. Too hard a hit. Leads to a shot on net. It is barely covered by Jerry. Jerry gets back in the nick of time, but we'll see possession away to Team 404. That's a free shot set up by a bump, and Wicked puts it in.
Great job there. Just the awareness, Jerry in that net allowed the open one for Wicked, and you love the team play. The unselfishness helps him get this lead.
4 shots, Team 404's name. It's fewer than the 9-year-old Prodigies, and shooting that little bit more efficiently. Their Prodigies looking to break out, but that's not how you do it. Jerry losing control again. Toxics. That was a precarious play, to say the least, out in front of his nets, barely having any kind of control, but it works out. Still no clear, though, Wolfie, and Team 404, they're really putting 9-year-old Prodigy's defense in a chokehold.
Yeah, this team has come into this game and really started to just show their stripes. As we might have to see that last game, our 9-year-old Prodigy is just a little bit tired off of it. There is the player factor, the fatigue into it. These teams are playing at such a high level to continue playing at that. It's a hard one, and back-to-back games for them off a very fresh Team 404 squad. But these teams have no reason. It can really go either way here. I feel that 9-year-old Prodigies may have to look for the assists here if they want to become dominant.
And in their last series, they did play against a team in Crenshaw Crew that was a bit lax in the offensive end. They couldn't clear the zone as easily as this Team 404 is at the moment. So it was a lot of offense for the 9-year-old Prodigies and not a whole lot of defense. Now they have to play both sides, and they're doing a good job of finding the clears when they need to. We've really only seen maybe 2 extended periods of offense for Team 404, but 9-year-old Prodigies, they need to get themselves in the offensive zone and get themselves an equalizer.
Ooh. Yeah, and right there, that's what they're really hoping for. Great shot there, but even better save. This 404 defense is really standing true of what seems 9-year-old Prodigy are trying to pepper it. Bishop, pass back. Jerry trying to get this. Love the awareness, seeing his teammate up, but just gets cut out there as they're trying to make something out of nothing. But 30 seconds, nothing going so far.
No, it's very awkward at the moment. Team 404, they're kind of flailing around, so are the 9-year-old Prodigies. And now 404, a chance in offense out of the corner into the center. That shot goes wide, and Toxics won't come up with a touch that it really did need to try and get it out, but everyone's just kind of driving around the ball. This is very awkward Rocket League at the moment, but they could erase it all with a 0-second goal off the corner wall. Toxics keeps it up off the back wall now. That's shut down by Wicked. Game 1 goes 404's way.
Yeah, 404 looked good this game. They really come out here hungry, and they look like the aggressors. Great job by Wicked grabbing those 2 goals, but you really have to love the way they're spreading the offense out. Everyone on this 404 squad had 2 shots on their name.
They had a very solid offense. It was just corner to corner, getting shots when you can. They weren't over aggressing. They weren't just firing shot after shot on net. And sometimes that's a good thing because you put pressure on just by having the ball around the blue box, and then you take your shots when they present themselves. That's what Team 404 did. And your Prodigies in the back half of that game, they were kind of stuck in their defensive end. It's very dangerous for them in this series because this is best of 5, correct, Wolfie?
I believe so. So these teams have an extra
they got
time to
Yep.
these teams have an extra time to really get to know their opposition. And coming off those best of 3s, game 1 not as crucial, but it really gives you a nice open look to what you're in store for. So let's see, can they change the script here? Can they readjust and be able to turn things around here and tie the series up at 1 apiece?
Well, we shall see. We're going to start off in their defensive end, and with Jerry taking a 50 in the corner. It's won by 404, and that's a great pass by Bax. Forced a double save out. 2 players
what a save.
to make the save, and then it was just 1 necessary on that shot by Wicked. Very close stuff, though, but in transition, Toxic a shot on. And Wicked had to get back just in the nick of time to make that save. Still going, 9-year-old Prodigies off that back wall, but Wicked finally finds a substantial clear. I've used all his boost for that transition, and now we reset. Everyone takes a deep breath and kind of gets themselves back in normal positions.
Kind of like we saw in that first game, both these teams had an early look the first 45 seconds, and they were able to capitalize. But here, they've got some good opportunity. The demo play doesn't alleviate too much pressure as Jerry is there for the save. As if we saw them score off of that demo play, they may have to go back to that here if they want some good looks.
See what they try to implement. That transition not gonna, actually it is going to go places. Toxic's a nice pass to Bishop and a great bump attempt, but didn't quite work out. Bishop couldn't quite find a shot on target, and so the ball sent back the other way from the corner. Again, dangerous in front of their own net. 9-year-old Prodigies, they like to play with your feelings if you're a fan of theirs. You get scared they're gonna concede an easy one to their opponent, but then they get a clear out, a shot like that.
Yeah, great shot there. Put a lot of pressure on the defense, and sometimes you need those type of shots that they may have a chance of going in. Great awareness there. The defense not breaking their axles. Good move, but just got turned away. You have to love just the way Toxic's able to grab that double touch.
All right, that was kind of conceded over to him. Toxics took a shot off of a miss. He was expecting to have that ball most likely, and then off the back wall, able to react in time and finish it off. Very heads-up play. That's what Rocket League is all about sometimes. Take advantage of the opportunities presented in front of you. Toxic will get his team the lead first.
Yeah, the way he was just able to pass through that defense, you have to look at 4-4, who's been very ironclad, and just the elusiveness able to help there. And Wicked almost getting a wicked shot on. Have to continue going back to it, but both these teams, they've looked dominant. They just needed that one little key to really pull away.
Wicked out of the corner. Won't be allowed to clear. That's a freebie, but it was missed there by Jerry. My player to watch. He's not been performing with quite that same level of confidence that I saw in the last series there. Just going back to the basics, it seems, to try and work out opportunities to flash his mechanics. He's not been given too many by Team 404. Backs on net. Bishop finds a save. It's weak, but Toxic will come in and force 50 into the corner where Jerry takes over. Paperclip gets in the way of that, and Team 404 doing what they do best, and that's getting in the way of clears for 9-year-old Prodigies.
Yeah, and these clears have been doing well. They just haven't let them really leave that half so far. Jerry trying to get this great demo. Backs had a teammate underneath, gonna try to take it himself. Gets met at top, and a good awareness play finds him up, and Paperclip just can't find the way to put that one on.
Team 404 will be forced back for the first time what seems like a while. And Toxics on the ceiling will fake it, lead it for Bishop, whose shot goes off the crossbar. So close once again, but it's the crossbar that is thwarting the plans of really both these teams. Maybe not here, though. Tucks on net over to Jerry. And they'll doink it in. Heads up, Rocket League once again.
We were waiting for him to take off, and that right there should help him out. Great job by Toxis. Puts that up, and the way Jerry was just able to put that ball in, so skillful. That ball could have gone awry, but this man was so confident. Puts his team up by 2.
Toxics, try and put his team up by 3. He'll take a roundabout way, finding Bishop on the side wall. Isn't quite able to get it completely past Paperclip, but it does go backwards. Not allow Niner Prodigy a chance to set up their offense. And set up their offense, they do. A quick passing play in the midfield leads to a third.
Yeah, great job. The passing play, the way they're able to just connect mid and just get everyone involved there. If this team continues starting to get those type of looks, they're going to become dangerous. And we said it, game number 1, a testing out period. They're looking good now. And as you see, they're only going to get better as this game continues on.
Their offense has come alive. The 9-year-old Prodigies playing a very different team from their last series, and I think they've realized that and made the necessary adjustments. Now, can they close it out in the final minute here? Jerry slowing things down out of the corner, but that's not such a good touch. It was forced over to Paperclip, whose shot was blocked out. Now, Bishop in transition, gonna carry it over one, can't get it past back, and Toxic committed. He went down that field. Won't matter too much as the offensive team 404 can't score quickly, and the defense 9-year-old Prodigies back in position.
Yeah, and right now, 4-4, just the offense just hasn't come alive this game, and it just shows you how well that this 9-year-old Prodigy squad has done. They've really stayed down and not allowed them the same possession opportunities they had this last game, as well as winning those 50 plays. This team has just been overall just looked like they've finally woken up, where they've been able to take a breath as they've been playing great Rocket League, and that one goes in for Toxic off a great pass.
They've been forcing the defense into awkward positions. That double commit certainly didn't help Team 404's chances, but 9-year-old Prodigies won the ball out center, and then they had 2 players there, honestly, that could have finished that. And it was Toxics that put that in for the 4th. Game 2. Wolfie going to go the way of the Prodigies, and they're going to even this series, bring it to a pivotal Game 3, all tied up.
Yeah, and this is how you want it to do this. Come into the game number 2, tie the series up, but more importantly, get a dominant win. You were able to shut this team down, and what that does to a team's confidence, it really is going to be interesting the way they're going to come back into this game. We have seen Team 404 lose the game before, so this is not uncharted territories, but they're going to have to find a way to get on that scoreboard.
404 shooting was a big part of their scoring problems in that last game. They had 11 shots on target. Only 6 of those were saved. That is 5 unanswered. A couple of those did hit the crossbar, and a couple of those the post. So we'll have to amend that going into Game 3. They need goals, and you got to shoot accurately to get those goals, especially against a stout defense like the Prodigies have.
Yeah, and exactly that. They have to find a way to thread that needle. Athena has been in chat all day as these teams have not been able to get much. Double demo! Wow, Paperclip puts that in, but the highlight there, the demo plays, astonishing.
Oof. More heads up Rocket League. Wicked. Going ahead and demoing 2 of the potential defenders to that ball, making Paperclip's life so easy. He could just waltz that ball in, take a stroll right down Main Street into the blue net. And for the first time this series, Team 404 will be striking first.
And that's huge for this team. The team that could not put a goal on, able to get in the first 30 seconds of game number 3, just shows you that this team is not going anywhere. Their head's in the right position, and they just have to take this game and hold on to this lead. But it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. Oh, but a slight miss. That crossbar has been killing everybody.
Oh my, that was very close. It probably should have been a goal, but it isn't. We have to move on, as do 9-year-old Prodigies. They'll move on to the midfield, where Toxic loses control. Jerry tries to help out, but now Bishop off the back wall, off the ceiling, nowhere near that ball. Look at, kept it low, and Team 404 gonna be afforded a shot on target here, but the post once again getting in the way.
I don't know what's going on with this post. There has to be something in. That is the 4th man here today, as both teams have been saved by it, and another bump, and I think that might be it. They have to get the bumps. They can't. These teams in this high pressure situations have not been able just to get those little touches they need. It's gonna have to be a nice open shot that they're gonna have to look for.
You touched on it in the last game, and you're exactly right. Although that was a transition chance for the 9-year-old Prodigies, as it wasn't quite put in. No catch up to it in time to put a shot on. And so, put right back in that midfield play. Jerry forced to make a save off of a long shot from Bax. Maybe he will. Now Bishop looking to make it clear, but can't quite get there. He will this time. However, it has 30 boost to keep it going, but Toxic enter the fray. And into the box, he finds nothing. Team 404 shutting things down almost immediately, not letting that ball just sit there in the box for 9-year-old Prodigy to score with.
Yeah, and that's what you have. You have to be on your toes here. And these teams at this high a level, you have to be on all guards. Your spidey senses really have to be on point as Bishop unable to get back. Any paperclip puts it in as Bishop just watches that there. Unfortunately, the positioning just doesn't give him a chance.
Oh, he had no boost, and he turned around ever so slightly to see what was happening out of the orange box. And what was happening was that ball was being sent over his head, and he didn't have the boost to correct. So 2-0, Team 404 looking poised to take their series lead right back. But 9-year-old Prodigy's, Wolfie, we know they've got the offense potential. Just a matter of breaking down 404 at this point.
Yeah, you cannot slip with 9-year-old Prodigy squad because if you blink, they can easily put this game back to equals. It really is, can 404's defense step up and make sure, as well as continue their great offense. As another great shot there. This team is putting a lot of pressure on this 9-year-old Prodigy side.
And shutting things down quickly in the other end. That's a clear to the back wall, and the miss. Close the ball goes this time, though. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief. It does go in.
Yeah, the Rocket League gods are saying, we'll give you this one, as Wicked able to put that one in. And 3 goals, 2 minutes, 5 seconds. Still some time there, but they have to get a goal soon.
Bishop was probably thinking on that last play, oh yeah, it's off the post. It'll stay out. Unfortunately, though, it did not. Team 404 have found their third. 9-year-old Prodigies, 2 minutes to get 30 to send us to an overtime. They have been put in quite the hole, and their offense has been unable to demonstrate their ability to get out of that hole easily because of how Team 404 is just right up on them every time the boys in blue try to create.
Yeah, it's just interesting how the scoreline just flipped from game 2 and 3. We went from a very contested game 1 to 9-year-old Prodigies dominating game 2, and to where 404 is just getting their way in game 3. It really has been a surprise as both these teams have looked good, but they've also looked to be very equal at times.
Team 404, they're doing a good job of shutting down their opponent. 9-year-old Prodigies did the same in the last game, just returning the favor at this point, maybe returning the scoreline as well. 404 won't find their fourth just yet. His dunk, though, not going to come to fruition. Toxic was too big on his goal line.
Yeah, the Matumbo finger wag there. No, not here today, son. 60 seconds left as this team looking for that fourth one for them to just say we got some redemption. And Wicked may have it. Can he get it in style? And he does. Wicked grabs the fourth one here. Second one for himself.
This time it's backs giving Wicked the pass in the nets. An easy stroll down Main Street once again. The demo plays proving to be the key, it seems, to unlocking goals for Team 404. Wolfie, you're a genius. You called it in the last game, and now 404 showing us exactly why it's an integral part of their offense here.
Yeah, you have to love the way they've been able to adjust, and that just comes from any team. Now it's put back onto 9-year-old Prodigy's court. There's 35 seconds left. As much as we love a comeback, it's a bit tough from here on out. Now 9-year-old Prodigy, you just got slapped in the face. Now what are you gonna do? 404 responded. They got knocked down. They got up, and now can 9-year-old Prodigies find a way for them not to go down match point? As Team 404 looking to continue on, but still some time here. Let's see if they can extend the lead, or if 9-year-old Prodigy can find a way to get at least one.
One would be nice, I'm sure. Although in that last game, we saw Team 404 shut out 4 goals to 0. Now it'll be them shutting out 9-year-old Prodigies 5 goals to 0. So they've responded very nicely, Wolfie, and it's just up to the 9-year-old Prodigies to do the same in Game 4.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's great to see. And that's the one thing you love about these tournaments, the way teams respond and the characters from squads. And anything can happen when you have teams at this high level. And as much as everyone almost has the same skill in the game, it really is who's able to take it into that mental game. And right now, how is 9-year-old Prodigy going to respond? This is their test here. Can they make it into the grand finals, or are they going to be one step closer to get dropped into that losers?
Well, they're going to need more than 3 shots in the next game to make sure they don't get dropped into the losers. That was
Yeah.
not a good offensive performance from them. They had some possession. It wasn't like they were stuck in their own half for the entire game, but Team 404 just collapsed on them every single time they broke into the orange side of the pitch. And if that persists, it's going to be very difficult for the 9-year-old Prodigies to create any chances for themselves to just score a goal, let alone take the game.
And honestly, in this game here, I think what 9-year-old Prodigies do, they have to prioritize goal number one. I know it's easier said than done, but they
You're
need
right.
that relief that, hey, we got the first goal. Now we're able to just to relax here. We can just play our brand of Rocket League and look for them to come out aggressive at the early start.
And I'll keep my eye on Jerry as well, because it's those mechanical players that can create crazy plays that become the catalysts for your team's offense when it ain't doing so hot. And it didn't do so hot in Game 3. Game 4, though, could be a different story because Toxics puts in the first.
Wow, great job by Toxics. And unfortunately, the 404 defense, just everyone there at the corner, but no one can grab that one. It's just kind of unfortunate. You don't see that much often, and you know that their coach is asking for a little more separation there. But this team has to get back into it. You got a dominant game last game, but it does not mean that you can just put your head down and say, all right, we won this game. 9-year-old Prodigy is coming out for blood.
That they are. Bumping cars as well. It's not just blood, but physical contact. It's not going to draw anything, but it's quite work either way. Wicked now a chance. Got the flip. Couldn't quite squeeze it through over that goal line. Still a chance now for Team 404. Paperclip is up into the corner. Off the sidewall, get a great touch out center with the help of Jerry, but Toxics will clear it away. He's had enough of the antics that Team 404 are trying to create out of the corner.
And that corner play, one of the most crucial. If they can find a way to get that outside in play, they can start dominating. But we've seen what really helps out 9-year-old Prodigies is when they work that mid. We saw them in that game where they were able to get 4-0. They were just living in that midfield, getting those passes and just finding those pockets of space. We may have to get back to that, but that's what 404 has been doing. They haven't allowed them too much, and we're talking about the mid. Toxic's able to get it there. And great job by 9-year-old Prodigy. They able to go up by 2.
And that is also what they did in the game that they won so well. The 9-year-old Prodigies kept finding one another in the midfield, drop-down passes especially. That's something we've seen a couple of times for them, and it's very difficult to save those shots. You aren't expecting the pass, but that's a bit unexpected. Straight off the kickoff, Team 404 will get one back.
Hey, you'll take it however you can. Great job. Able to cut this lead down by half. 3 minutes, 33 seconds left. The synchronicity may be their good luck charm. Let's see if they're able to.
Plenty of time to work with for Team 404, and that kickoff nearly went their way as well, but that player that cheats up wasn't going to commit for that ball, and so they'll be playing some defense to start off this possession. Bishop leaves it for Jerry, who goes off that back wall for Toxics, but it's defended nicely. Team 404 getting in the way of the 9-year-old Prodigy's offense. They did that so well in the last game, and so far they haven't been able to collapse immediately on the Prodigies. We're seeing good transition opportunities like this unfold as a result.
Yeah, and great job there by Toxic. The way this team was trying to just find someone mid. Bishop just staying there a little, staying back a little more, probably for a good measure as they're unable to get things going there. But they're up by 1 here. This is not as much as you want them to keep their foot on the gas. They can't overextend. 9-year-old Prodigies has to continue being hungry, but they cannot get desperate to continue running up the score.
We have seen them get burned in the past on overextensions. Not here, though. Plenty players back. In fact, 2 in the corner to deal with that ball. Toxics even joins in to get the eventual final touch that would clear it away. And the dunk to start an offensive. Ball just lingering there in the orange box, but it's cleared away by 404. Now to advance, but Bishop too close to that ball for get to commit cleanly. And thank goodness he didn't, because he got there for the touch out. And now back and forth. Wolfie, we go, both sides vying for that possession, and right now, temporarily, it is Team 404 with it.
And 404, they need to get this here. Have been playing well, but they do not want to allow 9-year-old Prodigies to tie this series up. This is the game they need. They want to get out of this series and go to the grand finale. This is a game that they have to come back from, but you have to love the way 9-year-old Prodigies fighting tooth and nail for every inch, every goal. They're not going to allow themselves to go down easily.
9-year-old Prodigies demonstrating that here with Jerry into the box. They'll set it up off the sidewall for Toxics. Couldn't read it now. Strong clear for Team 404, but once again, it's cleared out quickly by the 9-year-old Prodigy. So Bishop showing off some of his mechanics, but out of the corner, his play will die out. Toxics steps in. May I had to dance with the ball. Set it up for Jerry, but no third goal. They've been held at bay by Team 404 thus far. It's been a while since that last goal from the Prodigies, and as I say that, a good look for Jerry, but it is off target, and Team 404 will break out.
Yeah, 404, 60 seconds left. You were able to come out unscathed there and keep this lead down. Great shot there by Prodigies in that last going. But if you're a 404 fan, you're screaming for them to find a way, get those bumps going, get those demo plays that they were able to use. That could be the plan. They don't have much more time to tinker around. They have to go and get a bucket.
Jerry and Wicked getting tangled up on the sidewall. That could have worked out for Wicked. The transition started then, as it would have stunted their progress, but it doesn't matter. They get the ball out, and they'll waste more time than 9-year-old Prodigies. But backs over to Wicked. Bishop cuts it out. Nicely done, and the clear to boot. That's what you got to do here at the end of this game, is waste as much time as you possibly can, and strong clears will do exactly that. It's looking, Wolfie, with that ball off the post, that Prodigies should have an easy time on 0 seconds, especially with their control of this ball right here.
These teams are everything we advertised them to be. We said that last series that we just watched was intense. We're going to a game number 5 in a best of 5. You know these teams are readied up, but okay, we've seen close game, blowout, close game. I don't know what really to expect next game. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I know, I was going to point that out as well. The goal patterns are strange. A 2-1 where it was very tight, and then it was a blowout, like you said. Although in the blowout that the Prodigies won 4-0, the shot tallies were very close. And I think that shows you that even when they were getting blown out, Team 404 was still keeping things tight in terms of possession and shot opportunities. But when they were able to hold the 9-year-old Prodigies down in that 5-0 blowout in favor of 404, Prodigies only had 3 shots on target. So for 404, their key to winning is just keep the Prodigies out of offense. Don't let them shoot. And for the 9-year-old Prodigies, they have to make sure they're forcing difficult shots out of Team 404 so that inaccuracies start to show themselves. But here in Game 5, Wolfie, anything really goes.
Yeah, anything can go, and one thing these teams don't want it to go is horribly wrong, as both these teams have shown some good greatness. The dunk pass back. Can they get it? No, the crossbar. No. That crossbar is the 4th defender all series long. No one's been able to beat that man.
And that's what happened in Game 2, where the Prodigies won 4-0. There were a lot of shots for 404, but a lot of them went off the crossbar and posts. That one a little reminiscent of the last loss that Team 404, the first loss that Team 404 suffered. And now Jerry, a chance going the other way. The shot on neither of the 2 players that tried to save it could. And that'll be the opener for the 9-year-old Prodigies.
Great job by Jerry. Jerry took the open position. Paperclips couldn't get back, and unfortunately the last man just can't put it away. But this scoreline should have been flipped, but hey, it should have, don't matter. 9-year-old Prodigies lead.
Anything goes in Game 5. The Rocket League gods don't care if you're putting shots off the crossbar. They don't care if you put them in. And that's what the Prodigies have done thus far. Now another shot. Not quite on target, but it'll set up a nice passing play that Jerry will finish off his second. But this time it was very much a team affair.
The way they were able to win that 50-10 leads to that back pass. I don't even know. I didn't even see him there. Jesus, these teams, their comms must be insane right now.
And Bishop's heads-up Rocket League ability, insane to get around for that pass. So, 404, they are in an early hole. Could be 3 goals.
Oh
no,
my God.
Jerry denied the hat trick in the 100% shooting accuracy. That's 404 finally getting back in time, but they're going to have to transition into offense now because they have been stuck in their own half for about 80 seconds of this 90. Oof.
And right there, Bishop just putting the 3rd one off a great pass by Jerry. This is so weird. They just seem so dominant. I don't know what's happening right now. I'm trying to put my finger on it, what they're doing different, but it just feels that they just can't keep up with the speed that is Team 404. But 9-year-old Prodigies, Dude, they're looking great, and they're looking to continue on. How is 404 going to respond?
My. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening either, because Team 404, they go from shutting down the 9-year-old prodigies to holding them just 1 goal, 0 goals, maybe even 2 goals. And now it's just been an outburst of offense. And you got to think, this game started as the 4th goal was put in for the prodigies with a Team 404 chance that was just barely saved when it went off the crossbar.
Yeah, and those that's just the difference. It really is just getting those touches, being able to really put that ball through. And unfortunately, they've had the opportunities. It just hasn't gone their way. And it's 4-0. There's still 3 minutes, still a lot of time, but just doesn't seem that's going their way. They need to find a way to get it here, and that shot just slightly off. They're just not having the shooting performance that they're hoping for right now.
No, they're not. That is on target at the very least, but it's saved this time by Toxics. At least they're forcing saves to be needed. The Team 404 in offense, but they're playing defense now, and that is not where you want to be. We are approaching halftime with Team 404 down 4-0. This is not a good look for them. They are going to have to show a heck of a lot of fortitude to get themselves out of this deficit.
Yeah, and they're gonna really. You said it best, man. It really, they have to get that. They have to get their mindset back. But the way it seems, all the energy, the entire momentum feels 9-year-old prodigies who've throughout this game have just continued to look good. A great save there by Backs, but their defense just has not been able to withhold these great shots. And the one thing a 9-year-old prodigy is, they're very, very creative in their attempts. You don't really see where most of their shots are coming from. They just see them going in.
Team 404 can be creative as well. We saw those demo plays creating goals earlier on. This time, going the other way. Bishop slams home a double tap thanks to a demo that cleared the way. Beautiful teamwork once again out of 9-year-old prodigies.
We were hoping Team 404 did that, but it looks like 9-year-old prodigies beat them to the punch, puts it up 5-0, and it looks like they're able to give them that 5-piece back that Team 404 was able to drop on them.
No, they could look for a 6th, honestly, with Jerry Cherry. No, okay. He'll be bumped off by Team 404. I like the bump idea, but now use that in offense. We need goals, and we need them fast. 95 seconds to score 5 just to bring it to overtime. That's not going to help a Bishop clear out, but Wicked will collect only momentarily, losing control almost immediately thereafter. This is a Team 404 that is scrambling for goals at the moment, and when they do get decent looks, it's spiral out of control.
And it really is, it's been that when they've had those, like you say, spiral control, and it's just keeping your emotions calm, understanding, yes, you have that goal, but you still have to put it through. And 60 seconds left. This team just trying to put one more in just to say, hey, we didn't get shut out. They weren't able just to keep us offers on the scoreboard. And really, it's just to continue on and knowing we can score on this team. We just need to find them again on our best day if that ball just gets warded away.
Well, despite losing this series, it's looking very likely that Team 404 will do. They will have another chance to take down the 9-year-old prodigies, who have now booked their spot in the grand finals. They just have to win another series to get to that point. Team 404 dropping down into the losers bracket. We don't yet know who they will be playing, but they just have to win one best of 3 on stream to get their rematch. And 20 seconds left. I'm sure their minds are sort of drifting towards that next one, Wolfie.
And yeah, looking at this loser semis, you see 5-7 Esports and MPG Crenshaw. You see that Crenshaw moving through. Would love to see Crenshaw go in, play Team 404, maybe get a rematch with 9-year-old prodigies, but they are down 2-1 right now, so they still have a lot more time. But this game looking like time is up, as they do get one paperclip, able to get it at 0 seconds. Consolation prize, but they'll take it.
Of course, Paperclip would score that, because I had just written 5-0 in pen in my notes. But I'm happy for Team 404 getting at least one on the board to make that scoreline look a little bit nicer, although I'm sure they don't care because they're dropping down to the losers bracket regardless. 9-year-old prodigies showing us exactly why they are one of the top seeded teams in this tournament. They looked indomitable in that 5th game.
And it won't surprise me if we see both these teams end up in that grand finale, but we'll have to find out who makes it in there, as both N7 Esports MP, and Melon Gaming Crenshaw crew have not figured out who will be moving on there. But Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more Rocket League.
Welcome back. We have the losers finals in store for you guys. We promise. I'm still Mr. Bepic, and still with me is the wonderful Wolfie Too Hot. Wolfie, it's ought to be an exciting one. Team 404 looking for revenge of the grand final, but first they have to go through N7 Esports.
Yeah, these two teams have some history. Team 404 is the reason N7 Esports is in this loser bracket. So N7 have a chip on their shoulder, want to come in here and really try to dominate. But like you said, this team's went to a game number 3. So should be an amazing competition again by both these squads.
I hope we get a repeat of that winners semifinal earlier on. It was a somewhat intense match. There were 2 3-0s for Team 404 in their 2-game wins, but N7, they won game 1. They jumped out to an early lead, so we'll say they did the same thing here. They're getting started in the offensive end thus far off kickoff, but that's a quick clear from Team 404.
And that clear right there is what they need. They need to be able to get out of these positions. And Team 404 right now, as much as they got that first win from N7 Esports, N7 Esports has had a couple more games to play. So if they weren't warmed up, if they weren't completely ready, you know for sure now they have their mindsets in. They're looking for some good competition. As Wicked able to push this down, trying to get a ball off to the opposite side. There off the backboard, trying to get the touch.
Oh.
Can't get anything strong enough, but good opportunity there. Gets 50'd out by Bax.
Oh, that's a great touch there by Bax to stop the clear in its tracks. That allows a shot, for Paperclip, but it's saved by Sanzo. Now, in transition, levels a shot just high and wide of the orange net. A little bit inaccurate, but does push back the defense momentarily. Paperclip versus 3. Paperclip will win that out, but the ball falls into the hands of Sanzo. Bax with 0 boost, puts the ball off of the hood of Wicked, goes straight up for Cole. A shot is saved by Paperclip. Fireworks to open up this game.
Yeah, that's what we've seen from those teams, just high-level competition, and I really do feel it's going to be a high-scoring game. 1.5 minutes off the scoreboard. We haven't seen one yet, but the way this series may go, we'll see. We should see a really good high-powered offense, but so far the defense has been the main factor, but no one's really been able to shoot the lights out yet. As right now, N7 Esports, 2 shots to the 2 shots of 404, but 404 there can't get it.
The kryptonite, Team 404, seems to be those posts and crossbars. Here's a freebie. Bax! Okay, I thought he put it off the crossbar there, I will admit, but he did slot it underneath, and Team 404 will finally break that goal line plane.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Threes just threw that ball mid into a tough spot. Would have loved to see him get that ball in the opposite corner, but this should be interesting as these teams looking to continue doing some damage, but great job there by Team 404 to get the lead.
Quick response, potentially Cole off the
up with that?
crossbar. They're catching the bug, Wolfie, from Team 404. That crossbar bug is affecting both of these 2 teams. Fortunately, Bax was able to shake it off his shoulders temporarily, but hopefully it doesn't mean a return now for both sides.
And I guess that bug is contagious. Basically, bubonic plague out here, just killing every opportunity that it has. But trying to get it, Paperclip says, I'm going to put it underneath the crossbar, squeezing it past 2 defenders.
That was pretty, Paperclip. My word, a simple carry over every single defender. 4 and 7, at least the 2 that were on the goal line. And that'll make Team 404's lead now 2. This could be 3 straight games in which Team 404 shuts out their opponent if goals don't start flying in. We are only at the halfway point of game 1, but the way that last series went, if Team 404 gets game 1, things may get dangerous quickly for N7.
Yeah, and this is what we've seen. When a team just starts getting hot and able to get these leads, it's a bit demoralizing for a squad. As remember, this is a best of 3, so game number 1,
right,
the most important out of all of them. This N7 squad does not have time to sit back here and allow 404 just to continue widening the margin. They have to find a way to cut this lead down by half, and Cole trying to get it, gets 50'd out. Good opportunity. They're going to need more of those.
It's a decent center, but there was no one there to put it home. Only Paperclip there to push it into the corner. Still no strong clear. Paperclip will help, but Sanzo shuts it down and puts an open net ball in.
Yeah, that's great. That's what you need. Just able to take advantage. Saw no one was there. Bottom left, just absolute great touch there. Sanzo helping his squads grab this lead off what looked like N7 could have had a chance to just take this back.
Opportunity off kickoff. Threes misses contact, however. Now, Paperclip and Bax leading the charge out of their half through the back wall. Cole shuts it down and find a strong clear. 2 players miss. Paperclip does not. Center for Wicked. Actually, it's for Bax, who steps up, fires one just wide of the net. More inaccuracy from Team 404. Could have been a good look on net, but didn't quite find the touch. Now, transition out, interfered with by Paperclip. Team 404, when they were playing it well against 9-year-old prodigies, they were quick to every single ball that their opponents had a chance on. And here, it's no different. They do not want to allow N7 to break out.
Yeah, and it's the last thing you want. You have to keep this team down who has not been able to get going, and the last thing you want is for a team to get hot here in these later seconds, because if they can find a way to click at the later part of game number 1, they can take it into the early portion of the game number 2 and really try to continue on.
Hot is what Team 404 is looking like right now. Their offense quite strong. Backs not quite as strong as Cole's save, but oh no! Backs taking away Paperclip's potential 3rd goal for Team 404. Bit of miscommunication there, but if Team 404 can keep up with this pressure, game 1 should be going their way.
Yeah, and the way that this game's been going, N7 Sanzo almost able to put that ball in for the equalizer, but 15 seconds left. They have this game in the bag. They just have to hold it, but N7 off a good try. Open net gets pushed away, and Threes trying for one more attack as N7 is not dead.
No, they're not. Cole, pop up mid, but Sanzo way too late getting up for that ball. Now a strong clear for Team 404. Bax will do well to put it into the ground. And 404, despite a little bit of sketchiness there at the end, will take game 1.
Yeah, and great job grabbing this game number 1. Now this puts a lot of pressure onto the N7 side, and looking back into this game, you have to really look at the missed opportunities N7 had. They played well. They were really able to get it, and this is kind of a different factor here. N7 in their first matchup actually won their first game, then lost the last 2 to Team 404. So history may repeat with just a switch of the names, but Team 404 trying to keep themselves and move them on.
We'll see if history does repeat with the switch of the names, but it also does mean that Team 404 has now won 3 straight games against N7. That does wear on a team sometimes. They're thinking, what do we have to do to beat this opponent? And right now, if you are N7 Esports, you need to keep Team 404 pinned back. This is a team that likes to stay in the game with their shot opportunities. If you have 10 opportunities, they're going to have 10 opportunities. They like to keep possession even if they're not going to be winning it. And if N7 could strip possession away from Team 404 by controlling that midfield a bit more, then perhaps we see N7 take game 2 and look for that reverse sweep.
Well, we'll see what the plan is. Both the teams readied up. 5 minutes, game number 2. 404 trying to punch their the grand finale. But right now, N7 trying to keep their tournament hopes alive.
Oh, 404. Opportunity to start the scoring off, but the crossbar gets involved again. Wicked. Strong clear. Right back in the danger zone for N7. They'll look to clear now. Bax gets in the way, however. A center ball. Paperclip not there in time. Will be forced to take it into the corner. Off the ceiling. And some player committed for 404. Fortunately, a demo will stunt that transition for N7. And a little bit of chaos here, Wolfie. No one seems to be too keen on hitting the ball with strength behind it as the players go flying past it.
And that's what these teams are going to have to do in game number 2. N7 can play a little more lax, but something that 404 has to remember, you have that one game. You can technically just take the throw some unorthodox shots here and play a little more dangerous just with that safety in the back pocket to keep things fresh on the pitch and just make sure you're not playing too predictable out there. And talk about predictability, Cole out of nowhere able to put that one in for the first goal to put up N7 Esports.
Off of Bax's car, straight up the sidewall, and an easy shot on target. Wicked wasn't back in time, and that is a mistake exploited by N7. That's how you get back in these games. You take every advantage that presents itself to you. And now, Cole advancing. What does he have in store for us now? Nothing. Paperclip will send it along, but N7 has a chance for possession now, Wolfie, and that is important against 404.
Yeah, it really is. And this team right now looking to just continue on that momentum. A second goal, putting them up, could give them the same feeling that 404 had last time. We noticed when 404 had those 2-goal lead, they felt confident. They seemed to have a different energy. And 3, he's able to get 2 here.
Oh, that was gorgeous. The pass over to Sanzo off the back wall. He finds Paperclip in net, and Threes puts it on target for the finish. Beautiful stuff out of N7. They are creating their own offensive opportunities. They're not just biding their time, waiting for Team 404 to make a mistake. They're looking for their own chances and making them their own way.
Yeah, and right now this team really needs to continue playing this really good Rocket League. Up 2, able to flip the script, and we said it last game. I mean, their first time seeing each other, went the best of 3, so you know N7 trying to also do that. But Bax almost cuts the lead down. Great job by Cole, able to move that ball away.
Not out of the woods just yet. Team 404 still looking for their first, and they're pushing hard. That shot is short, but the clear is straight to the front bumper of Paperclip, and Team 404 will finally get on the board.
Yeah, great job by 404. They needed this goal now and able to get it with still close to 3 minutes on the clock. This is what they wanted, and this is how they're going to come back with a lot of resilience and some high-powered offense.
Off the kickoff, Breeze wants that one back. It's a flip reset, and is just going to use it for speed with his wave dash. Slowly moving forward, though, RN7. That strong clear going to push them back. Cole into backs, still control of it. Now ripping one off that back wall. There's no follow-up. Breeze did advance. Now so too did Cole. Had a chance for a wicket on an open net. It's the crossbar. Backs for the follow-up. He'll be off target. Could get around that ball in time for the clean shot on target. And so N7 escapes a bit there as they got outplayed in that transition.
And that's just unfortunate right now. They're going to have to try to get back into it. And you said they're just getting outplayed right now. They have to just put their cap back on and just say, hey, we have to go back to work here. And we may have to see the assist come out. But the demo plays is something we haven't seen from Team 404, as well as the bumps that, whenever they go to it, it seems that they have some nice opportunities. They may have to look for that in that direction here, as they have not been able to generate the same type of offense that they did in game number 1. As Sanzo top backs with a great save.
Now, can that save into offense? Paperclip says certainly, so too does Wicked into the box, but Cole shuts it down. His positioning on the back wall will afford him a clear out to Threes, who sends it even longer into the orange half. Now Bax with a 100 boost to work with. A chance center for Wicked, but Wicked can't react in time. And so, Team 404 is going to set up their offense now through the corners, if not for that clear from Threes. They'll put it through the orange corner, and the center, but Bax deals well. Now, nothing doing as the defense continues to quickly get in the way of N7 players, as N7's trying to do on the other end, but that's a decent look for 404, and it looks to me like they've had the more threatening opportunities, Wolfie, in the last minute or so.
Yeah, and it's just been those opportunities that's been different. And Wicked almost puts a Wicked shot on, but again, the curse of the crossbar just will not get them off their back.
Wicked not pleased with that miss right there. Thought he had a clip to add his highlight reel, but was not the case. Still needing that second goal is Team 404. This is not going to help. Cole, a flip reset play off the crossbar as well. Tried to one-up Wicked, but they will remain even with flip reset plays hitting the crossbar. It seems that fourth defender is working both sides of the field tonight.
Yeah, and that's really been the difference here. Just N7, they may only have one save on the day, but it just showed you Team 404 is just having it going. Wicked! Yes, sir! Able to put that through.
You can tell Wicked wasn't pleased about being robbed of that goal earlier, bumping his own teammate out of the way so that he could take the ball for himself and flick it over Sanzo. I'm sure they're laughing about it right now, but if Wicked had bumped Backs out of the way and then missed that shot, there would have been some chaos in the comms. And fortunately, though, for Team 404, they have found themselves level only temporarily. Okay, maybe not just temporarily, Wolfie. That was a bit too close for comfort. Oh, that too.
Yeah, and this one might go in, but no. Ladies and gentlemen, looks like we may be going to overtime in game number 2 of these losers finals. Can N7 find a way to keep their tournament lives alive?
Let's see it here. That's a decent clear by Threes, but he's demoed. Sanzo. Through the corner, what does he have in store for us? Nothing. No subsequent touch found. That'll allow a clear. Only as far as threes, however. The follow-up clear is much better by Wicked. Now, through a couple. A center ball. Paperclip goes up, but the ball goes off the crossbar. It seems like 75% of the shots of Team 404 have gone off crossbars.
Yeah, and dude, it's been it. They just haven't been able to get their shot in, and they've had some good opportunities. What a save by Wicked, who's just been the guardian angel for this Team 404 squad. Redirect, no sir. Paperclip with the clear.
The crossbar again, coming up clutch over and over. Still not over yet is this onslaught. 4 and 7 into the box, but there's no follow-up. Backs a phenomenal flick off the sidewall, and now pass over to Wicked. The shot, though, it's lacking in both the accuracy and the strength departments. Paperclip trying to put it back into play. Backs will come over to help his teammate out. Perhaps set him up off the back wall again to Backs, but Cole beats out the Team 404 offensive player. Counterattack is on. Wicked gets in the way of Sanzo. Cole will take this ball under his wing, but Paperclip shuts things down in the corner. Threes interrupting any kind of clear and causing chaos for Team 404. They can't escape Wolfie. Now a chance. It will be pushed out into the corner, but Team 404, they were stuck in their defensive half for quite a while right there.
It's their chance here off the backboard, but Sanzo working that backboard, and great job understanding the pressure that can go there. Pass mid. What a save there.
Wow. Save after save after save, and we're not done yet. Backs looking to put more shots on target, but it's threes actually off the back wall. Threes!
Wow. What?
It's in! Only 2 minutes of overtime necessary to get a game win for N7 in game 2.
Okay. Jesus. Oh, I'm just looking at that shot. That's just nutty. That's a highlight. Someone clipped that. N7 Esports end this game in style. But this is not the over. Job is not done. That's only game number 2. It felt like a game 3 momentum swinger, but both these teams 1-1 apiece. Who can take over and dominate here in game 3, though?
The shot tallies just about equal once again. Actually, they were exactly equal once again in that game, 10-10. So Team 404, even when they lose games, they keep the shots about even with their opponents. They stay in games until the very end, and that's what they did here, scoring the equalizer with 15 seconds left. They had plenty of opportunities, but a lot of them going off the crossbar. You got to think, if you're N7 right now, what happens if Team 404 actually starts putting shots underneath that crossbar and into the back of our net? We can't afford to let them have too many opportunities with that ball.
Yeah, and that's what's been the difference. If this team just has the ball and they can connect, they're deadly. We saw them shoot how many of that crossbar. This team is not shy of putting shots on. They just need to put them in, as the lead almost went for N7 early.
Yeah, talk about how many shots for N7 have gone off the crossbar, and here the post as well. Both sides struggling with accuracy, and the team that figures out their shots first, I think, will be the winner in this deciding game 3. Paperclip, a long clear out for the first time for Team 404 to breathe some of that blue side of the field air, but very quickly taken away. A decent clear from N7 means, well, it meant offense for a second, but Team 404 so good about transitioning out and now getting more shots on net.
Yeah, and that's what you're hoping for, this team, just to continue putting those shots so far. But Team 404, shot left, a Paperclip able to put that in, shooting 100%. And I was saying they were shotless, but that pass just switched that up quick.
That was a pinpoint accurate pass from Backs, and I mean, he's been very good about setting up plays all evening. He seems to be the player that dishes out to his teammates, if not finishing himself. And now the return to sender, Wicked the pass over to Backs, but no shot in for the recipient of that pass. 1-0 will remain, and now a chance for N7. It's Cole. He's been the scorer for this team thus far. Not going to find anything. A teammate committed, so trying to buy time for Sanzo to get back. And he will do just that, but a good opportunity for N7.
Yeah, and that's what N7 needs. They need to tie this game up now. They have good opportunities, but they need great opportunities. Wicked able to move that one. That got dangerous. Thankfully, the defense able to get a touch on that one, but if he was just 1 second late, that ball may have just went in there for the tie.
What? He got back in time, which is what matters at this point. Team 404 will keep their lead. Threes. Yeah, off the backboard, a chance. We know he can hit those. We saw him do it in the clutch moments of game number 2. Now what does he have off of his own backboard? He's backwards, waiting for his teammates to come in and help him out. Now 2 committing its threes all alone, covering the near post, and cover it he will. Still, no strong clear though. 404 really starting to establish their offense, putting defense of N7 in chokehold, but they break out and they are looking free in the orange end.
Yeah, and coming in here, this is where 404 needs to get in the second goal. They have some good opportunity. They need to put them down now. Cole, great save there. They're trying to go back, but Paperclip's doing a good job adding pressure. But again, threes, the man we keep calling for this squad. Again, able to push away some good backboard, good save. And it's just been that close calls. Nothing connects, but that one does.
And Wicked at the end of it. It's set up on Paperclip this time out of the corner for your Team 404, trying to set up opportunity after opportunity from that blue corner. And finally, one leaks center, and there's a player there to finish it off. Team 404 up by 2. They're starting to do to N7 what the 9-year-old prodigy did to them in Game 5 of their last series, where they got an early goal, got an early second one, now trying to run away with it, not even allowing a chance for N7. But Wolfie, N7, they're not done just yet. They have the offensive firepower to make this comeback happen.
100%. And right there, oh, that one, they help them out. You're talking about their firepower, able to cut this lead down by half, and that is what they need to get going.
Under 2 defenders. Good placement there from Sanzo. And that's how you get back. A quick response. Not allowing Team 404 to gain any kind of confidence with their insurance goal lead. And now, back in that precarious position is 404. We saw them tie it up late in Game 2, forcing overtime. We could see N7 do it here as well, though they've got a lot more time to do just that. Wicked, a strong clear into the corner. Cole will deal well, gets it through Wicked, over Paperclip, now in a 1v1, winning the 50 as well, has to leave it alone for Sanzo. That'll buy time for Team 404 to get back, but Cole, that's what you gotta do, keep winning 50 after 50.
In a minute and a half here, you know that this N7 squad's feeling it, and Cole able to move that away. Paperclip keeping all the pressure off the back, trying to get the second one, and Paperclip grabs the second goal here, 3 for 2, shooting 66%. You can't ask for much more.
Insurance has been reinstated. Team 404 back with a 2-goal lead, 81 seconds left to defend it. And if they can hold N7 out of offense, keep the ball out of Cole's hands, Three's hands as well. You know, while we're at it, keep it out of Sanzo's hands. Just keep possession. Team 404, make this easy on your fans. And they're trying to do that, but these transitions have looked deadly from time to time for N7. They look good when they're moving into offense, but Team 404 will get in the way of this one.
And 404 up 2 now, N7. You have to feel it, but they're going to need a quick goal. 60 seconds, it's a doom clock now. It's basically every single second gets on, the atmosphere for them just continues to get thinner and thinner. It's a great save, pushes that ball on as another good clear by this 404 squad who just looks good.
Ooh, that's a miss though. And then a beat from threes. That'll afford N7 more offense to work with. Out of the corner, looking for another touch. Sanzo finds the defender, and that'll open up the net for Cole. What a bump on the back wall by Sanzo.
A great job. They needed a goal quickly, and they're giving themselves 30 seconds to get a tie here. Can they get it? This kickoff right now is the most important one.
It is. It could be the difference between an extended offensive stay for N7 or Team 404 wasting time. That's a good win from Cole. That could mean the former. It's Sanzo. Leading one in the corner, getting a touch on that one. Drop down chance, but Wicked is there. He finds the clear and backs. He wanted a goal, but he's demoed, and now N7 working from their back wall. It's a strong clear Paperclip, forcing his teammate to miss. He has 67 boost, though, in the tank. Freeze gets in the way. A drop down pass to Sanzo, but he's blocked by 2 defenders. Wicked the carry, but loses control. Cole from the sidewall. Picks up 100, but there's no one there to help him out. Team 404 gets their rematch with the 9-year-old prodigy to the grand finals.
Yeah, we get the grudge match, and now 2 teams. We see another rematch Now, let's see if the team that lost is able to switch this around here. Unfortunately, N7 can't move on, but they should keep their heads up. They played a really tough game of Rocket League. They did not get swept. They played them hard to the very end. Unfortunately, one team had to go down, but 404, they looked good, and they're hoping to continue on looking good.
N7 looked solid. You're right. They deserve their third place finish in this tournament. They took down a couple of higher seeded teams to get to this point. And now that their night has concluded, they got a lot of positives to look back on. But Team 404, their journey not done yet. They'll be playing against the team that took them to 5 games earlier on in the evening. But this time, the Niagara Prodigies have a 1-game advantage in their back pocket. So stay tuned for that grand finals. It'll be coming up in just a little bit. Welcome back, everyone. It's grand finals time. Wolfie, what a grand finals this ought to be. Team 404, a team that was able to beat the 9-year-old Prodigies 5-0 in one of the games in their last meetings. Now taking them on down a game in the grand finals.
Yeah, and coming into this grudge match, there's some bad blood by 404. They're going to come in here and try to show out. And with that 1-game advantage that 9-year-old Prodigies have, 404, this first game is the most crucial. You have to tie the series up. You can't allow them to go up a 2-0 lead. But a great Rocket League nonetheless by these squads who looking to continue on to some dynamic action.
And dynamic action is what we will get. Went 5 games last time, and it was an odd series. It was a 2-1 in game 1, and then a complete shutout going the other way in game 2. Then a complete shutout going the other way in game 3, and then a 2-1, and then a tight. No, actually, it was a blowout in game 5. So I don't know what to expect here. This is going to be an interesting final series of the Melon Patch Smash number 3.
We'll see as Toxic's trying to push this up. Good job by Bax, able to push that into that back corner. Long boom there. Allowing Bishop trying to get a touch. Can't get it. Toxic with the one here. Puts it mid. And an early one. Not strong enough as Bax able to move that away easily.
Into the box now. Bishop, he has full control of that on the back wall, but loses it when he's forced to take a 50 in the corner. Now, Team 404, they are trying to do what they were able to do in game number 4, and game 4 of that series against our Prodigies, where they won 5-0, and they kept a lot of offense in that game, holding their opponent to just 3 shots. And so far, our Prodigies with 0, but same to Team 404, it's just a matter of possession at this point.
And that's something that these teams are going to have to fight for, is possession as a is that a Breezy flag? I think that was a Breezy. He just killed that. Almost had to put that ball behind the net as we're seeing the mechanical skill come out from 9-year-old Prodigies.
And taking them shots and nearly a goal, but Wicked saved that ball off the crossbar. Now Bishop doing work to try and keep the offensive going, but that is a strong clear into the orange corner. Paperclip wants to work something center. Backs commit, so it's Wicked all alone to defend against this counterattack. He'll do it beautifully, though, covering that near post and forcing 9-year-old Prodigies to work once again from their own half, not giving them any freebies in the offensive end. It is tough defenses all around in this game.
Yeah, and the defense is something that we saw early, but if it's like anything from that first series, what a save! Pushes that ball away. Another close match. We saw it last time. Close match, blowout, blowout, close match, but we'll see. Can they repeat the same scoreline? It looks like they can, as both teams seem to be really dialed in.
Toxic's a chance. He had to pre-flip into it, but it'll still work as a setup for Bishop, who puts the shot a little bit too high. Inaccuracies early for 9-year-old Prodigies, and I said early on, Wolfie, that it was Team 404 with all the possession. Now the script has completely flipped. 9-year-old Prodigies have held onto the ball for what seems like the last several minutes. They have not allowed very strong clears very often. When they have, they've put it right back into that blue end of the pitch. Jerry, though, forced back by a player on 0 boost, who's quickly demoed, and now Team 404 having to work from behind once again.
And working from behind, this team is not totally just starstruck from that. They're fine doing that. If they have to just put the dirty work in, they're more than willing to. As we see them willing to do anything for a match. Came off a really tough match that last game, so this team not shy away from some hard work, which is what's going to take down this 9-year-old Prodigy squad.
Oh, what a block that was by Jerry.
Double demo.
But the shot is off target. These are great setups from the 9-year-old Prodigies, but they can't finish them off. And when they do get shots on, it seems like Wicked is there every single time. And now passes out a Paperclip. He got the ball under his control, but Toxic gets in the way. Still, though, sets up Backs, and he strikes that top right corner. 1-0-4-0-4.
Yeah, great job there by Bax. Able to just get that redirect. And unfortunately, Toxic was able to push away the bad opportunity, but the teammate just in a great spot, able to counter that, put that ball up, and help them get this first goal in game number 1.
Ooh, but off kickoff, Toxic's a beautiful fake. Put Wicked on skates, sent him flying into next week, and 9-year-old Prodigies quickly tie us up.
Yeah, great job there. I was hoping they could retaliate quickly, and they come in and take away all the momentum. That's a tough one when you're a team that worked extremely hard for that goal. Seeing that one go in, it's just a little demoralizing. They're back to equal footing. We'll see what these teams have to try to change that. Ball mid, but that bump there stops it.
And that was dangerous for the 9-year-old Prodigies as well, because if a quick clear was found, like we saw here, it would have been an open net, but there was a defender there, and it's called a post. Shot going off target a little bit once again. Jerry's shot saved by Paperclip, and Bishop's shot saved by Wicked. Now, the extension to that clear by Team 404, can they keep it in the offensive end? Because right now they've only got 3 shots, which is half of the 9-year-old Prodigies tally. And if they keep this ball at that midfield line and control their blue car, then the answer to my question should be a yes.
And that's something that we have to see. A really nice long clear. Can't go much as Wicked been the main factor. 5 saves for his team today. That may be someone you have to look for a factor when your team's trying to set up on offense. Taking out Wicked seems to be the backbone of this team's defense so far.
Similar to how they should take out Jerry because he hasn't been able to flash his mechanics at all on stream for us at the very least because Team 404 shut him down. But here the passing play leading to another off-target shot. Still, those offense 9-year-old Prodigies are looking for that last opportunity of regulation as they shut down that ball at the midfield line, though there's no follow-up. Bishop clear, right paper clip. Now strong off the back wall. Ball won't be grounded as Jerry is afforded an opportunity, but Wicked gets in the way, shutting down the mechanical player. That could have done something special on 0 seconds, but instead we do see overtime.
Yeah, and OT, this is where the pressure gets going. 9-year-old Prodigies need to win this game. They're 1 game away from going $30 home richer tonight, but Team 404, they're playing with a lot of good gumption. It can be anyone's game here. Toxic trying to move this and pressure him on, but good job by Bax, able to take control and move this off to the opposition side.
Now a center as well. Paperclip got drawn and Wicked gave up on the play. So close for Bax getting another assist in his back pocket. Now good bump by Jerry trying to clear the path for Bishop, but he couldn't commit. Too many defenders, too close. Look at this chance for Paperclip off the crossbar. Wicked off the crossbar as well. And the clear found by Jerry now. Going the other way. Got boost to work with 50s hit 4. Bishop who finishes it off. And 9-year-old Prodigies take game 2 in overtime.
All right, this is going to be a very interesting game number 2, or technically 3, as now 9-year-old Prodigy's up 2-0. It's a best of 5. It's not a best of 7. They're in contention now of taking home the grand prize.
They are 1 game away. They got 3 opportunities to do just that. If they can hold Team 404 to 5 shots like they did in the last game, then I think they will be doing that, winning this tournament. 9 shots to 5 there. It's not the biggest of margins, but it's significant in that we have not seen Team 404 held to this low a shot tally unless their opponent has as well. This is the lowest that they have gone all night when their opponent scores more than they did.
It just shows you here how aggressive this 9-year-old Prodigy squad is. They're not allowing themselves to but put in bad positions. And when you think 404 has a chance to really just take this momentum over, some way 9-year-old Prodigies come in and just quench all that flame that they're trying to get going. But it's going to be interesting to see. This is where 404 has to fight for their lives. They've been put into a situation. Remember, they lost to N7 and had to come back for a reverse sweep in that winners early on in the series. But this is the grand finale. The pressure is up. The lights are bright, and this is where the stars shine the brightest.
And think about it. Team 404 was just 1 double tap hit away from that game being theirs, this series being all tied up. But the crossbar, that dastardly crossbar has gotten in their way so many times tonight, Wolfie. And if it persists, it very well could swing this grand finals in the favor of the 9-year-old Prodigies, because despite some very good looks, it is a solid defender through and through. And if one team's able to clear it more than the other, then that team most likely is going to take this grand final best of 5.
And I think right now, if you're a 404 fan, you need a first goal. 404, if they can find a way to just help themselves alleviate that pressure and say, hey, we may be down in the series, but if we can find a way to go up in this game, could calm our nerves down a little bit. But this is where teams are going to have to become very stoic, not let the moment get to you, as the pressure is high. There's money involved. It's different. It's not like a ranked match where like, oh, I'm gonna get dropped down. A rank and open net. We're talking about 404 taking action. They took action there and they score first.
And it's the demo play when they went down early against the Prodigies in their first series. Team 404 employed demos. It got them 2 goals, and it led to a blowout in that specific game that I'm referencing. So early on here, if they can create using the explodey car tactic, then maybe they aren't so done in this series after all. They could be taking game 3, and that's a Wicked pinch. No, it wasn't Wicked doing it. Doesn't quite lead to anything, though. Strong clear from 9-year-old Prodigies. Blocked, actually. A chance for Paperclip, but it's not going to really go anywhere except the corner. I liked how it started, but I didn't like how it ended.
And right now, what 9-year-old Prodigies is gonna really have to try to pick up the pace. Bishop can't get much. As the one thing that I'm liking from 404, they seem to be aggressor and backs, able to put that one in the back of the net.
Madbacks takes that one from Toxic's and puts it home. Easy as you like. A shot from the sidewall, catching out the defense who had started to rotate up. That last man had more faith in Toxic's and on that sidewall. I don't blame them. That's something you should not be giving up that easily. So, second goal for Team 404 found, and perhaps this is one of those games where they just run away with it and shut the 9-year-old Prodigies down completely.
It's not out of the question. We saw them do it before. These teams are very bipolar when it comes game to game. You never know what you're going to get from them. But this is where 9-year-old Prodigies has to step up and really earn their money if they want to come home champions.
Now, they're trying to do that into the box. Forces 2 defenders up. They'll leave an open opportunity. Bishop pre-jumped that, has the finishing touch.
Oh, no, goal.
The back of the net. He pre-jumped that from about a mile away, Wolfie, and he forced it in off a defender.
Yeah, great job. And Wicked just touched it on the way down. You know that he's not feeling great about that. But the IQ, the ball placement, knowing the opposition would be there, helped him score that one. And his team, what seemed to be lackluster in the offense, comes back. But Wicked needed that one.
He did, but off the post. A common theme tonight for Team 404. Off the back wall. Get a strong clear out. Paperclip. He's aggressing on Jerry. Jerry trying to move that midfield line forward towards the orange net, but it's hard to do that when a boomer of a clear is sent into your corner. 9-year-old Prodigies, though, having to defend against a retaliation out of Team 404. And defend against it they will. Great stuff. Back and forth from both sides. No one content to allow their opponent time with this ball, sending these clears as far as they possibly can.
Yeah, and right now they're going to need these clears. They have to get this ball away because 9-year-old Prodigies, they're on that offensive. They're on that offensive front, and you know if they get the space they want, if they get that touch that they need, they're more than willing going to punish this 404 squad. 404 has to keep getting possession, winning the 50 game, and not allowing the opposition to dominate here at that mid-line. A good 50 there, pushes that ball away.
Oh, Bishop, a big miss though. Toxic is forced to put that ball into his corner and allow Team 404 to move up towards it. And now running out of boost as well, but Team 404 allowed that play so much space to develop. They were given a gift, potential possession right there, but they squandered it. They stayed too far back, and now they'll have to suffer the consequences out of the corner. That is a great clear from Wicked, though, to get one back. The shot, though, just off the post. It is incredible how many of those shots have gone off the woodwork.
And that's just been it. It's just been just a lack of placement, making those balls just hit that back of the net. 60 seconds remaining. They hit that one. We're talking Caster's curse, man.
Jeez. Team 404. They giving up this one hurts because they should be up probably 4-2 or 4-1 right now, but you got to give credit where credit is due. 9-year-old Prodigies creating through the corners. They are not giving up whatsoever on this game. They are making opportunities of their own, and it's stripped away off kickoff.
And that kickoff goal, whatever you say, you're praying to God right there. Great job by 404. Takes advantage. And again, the demo. That just seems to be the main factor by 404. They get a demo, they get a bucket.
It's opening up lanes of offense for Team 404. If they're able to find them, take them as many times as you possibly can, because when you clear an opponent, it makes it so much easier for your teammate to score a goal. And that's a strong clear. That'll help their chances of scoring goals. Flip advancing. A center ball for Wicked, but he's not able to get there in time as there was no one directly center for 404, and they couldn't make that play happen. That was a chance for 9-year-old Prodigies, but they couldn't quite get it to go.
And right there, good chance there. Trying to put them up. Can they go by 2? Paperclip. Able to sink that one through. Gets the credit for it. Great job there. I thought a teammate hit that in, but great job. Able to move that ball in and go up by 2. 18 seconds left.
Team 404, when they don't hit the crossbar, their shots go in. It's as simple as that. And they've got insurance now in the final 15. That clear just about seals it. Toxics to the midfield line. Jerry won't receive backs. The drop down, actually, that's kind of dangerous. Bishop, the pass center, but Toxics, what was he doing right there? I think he pre-jumped that, but if he just played that normally, that was a solid chance to get a third goal. Unfortunately for the 9-year-old Prodigies, he'll be dropping game number 3 in this series. Ain't over yet.
Yeah, great job by 404. Just really came into this squad, and they did not allow themselves to go down in this series. They're going to continue trying to push on, but they're not out of the woodworks yet. They're still having to get a reverse sweep here tonight in order to come home winners, but it's a long road. 9-year-old Prodigy is not a team that you can safely say will only have 2 goals in a game.
Well, when you hold them to 3 shots, it's more likely that will happen, but holding them to 3 shots is the difficult part of that statement. Team 404 did a good job of shutting them down there, but how long will that persist? This is the grand final. 9-year-old Prodigies, very good offensively, and we saw in that last best of 5 between these two, they did have one game where they were held to 3 shots, and from there they quickly bounced back and won 3 straight.
And we'll see, can they get that here? Win 3 straight. Tox is trying to get off the kickoff. Can't get much as Bishop just getting a bump, taking possession off the backboard, going for the dunk. Can't find anyone. Teammate Jerry gets 50'd out. Toxic there for the re-put in. And 9-year-old Prodigy score in the first 10 seconds.
I love that setup from Bishop. Just put it in the box and let your teammate do the rest of the work. Toxic's there. Jerry's there. Just batter that blue goal with shots, and already that's 2 for 9-year-old Prodigies in a 5-minute period of game number 3. They had 3 shots, and already 67% of their tally from the last game in the first 10 seconds. Safe to say, 9-year-old Prodigies not going to be shut down that easily again.
No, this team, like we said, the last 3 games they had, the last game they had 3 shots, and looking to really just fix that here. And this team, just whenever they get going, they just seem dominant so far. But 404 not out of, they can come back. They're not completely demoralized yet. I feel that this is going to be a squad who's just going to continue trying to bust their head through this wall. We'll find a way. Can they find a chink in this armor? But 9-year-old Prodigy is also going to have to play some of their best Rocket League as that good save moves that ball away.
Seems like all 6 players right now trying to play as quick as they can, upping the pace for this game. Perhaps 9-year-old Prodigy strategy. They are a very mechanical team, especially with Jerry on the field. If you can get him going, showing off those mechanics, he's beaten to that ball. And perhaps this series takes a turn right back to the orange team's side. Up into the ceiling goes that ball from Wicked. Toxic's the first to it. We'll put it center. That forces 2 defenders up, but they'll find the clear out still. Oh, a great pass. Jerry wasn't able to find a shot netward as he was quickly blocked at the point of contact. Now going the other way off the back wall. There's no one there for the follow-up. Team 404 opportunity missed.
And looks like they're trying to reset here, but that was a saucy play. Just couldn't get anyone there. Would have loved to see a teammate somewhere just trying. Oh, the fakes. Oh, the fakes. That was nasty.
Wow. Call the defense of Team 404 a couple of fries because they just got sauced on. I think getting 2 to jump past that one. That's the second goal now for the 9-year-old Prodigies and the Team 404 players that got sent. Not too happy about it yet.
No, and when a goal like that happens, it really is a tough one. Just as much of these teams are still playing for a grand prize, there's still pride in these games. As these teams play each other very often, as these are similar in skill, probably see each other in many tournaments. So these teams want to know that, hey, we just didn't win money. We also won against a really good team that we're going to be seeing in the future 100%, and they're trying to push that ball down. But 2 great teams, and you just see the competitive edge in that chat.
They've been talking to one another a lot in this series. They are very friendly as well as competitive. And with a half a game of Rocket League left for Team 404 to tie us up, we'll have to show that competitive edge. That was a miss, but Bishop stepped up to the challenge to keep the ball in 9-year-old Prodigy's hands. Out of the corner, Toxics not allowing it clear that so easily. Now Bishop straight down for Jerry. Jerry for the finish, 3-0.
Dude, I don't even know what to say about that one. Jerry just goes up, and Bishop. Dude, look at that pass by Bishop. I thought that ball hit the ceiling. No, the pass by Bishop. The placement by him. That's spectacular to see. And when you have a team connecting with this type of synergy, they're hard to beat. Up by 3, 404. Is it getting put in a bad place? 2 minutes left. Can they come back? It's not over.
Just like in the last series, when the 9-year-old Prodigies were held to 3 shots, and in that case, they got 4-0'd, or 5-0'd, sorry. And then in this one now, they got 4-2. They have stormed back with a large goal tally. Already 3 goals in 3 minutes. Now going the other way. Backs. Why was he turtling there? Why? That's not a situation in which you should be freestyling on your opponent. A situation in which you should be scoring at least 1 goal.
Yeah, and it's interesting how this team's playing right now. The turtling, it seems to really trying to get into the heads of this 404 squad, and we'll see if it continues on. But they're very comfortable, and that right there gives Bax a score. But still a lot of time. Jesus, this 9-year-old Prodigy squad, they're interesting.
Where was the defense on that one? Bax, when he doesn't turtle, he scores goals, but Toxics didn't get there until the very last second. It will give Team 404 a goal, however, and now off the kickoff, no one going except for Bishop, who at the corner loses the ball. Wicked will take over. Bit chaotic in the rotations right now, Wolfie. Both sides have a bit of fun with this grand finals.
Yeah, and this grand finals looking like it's coming to a close. 60 seconds remaining. One more goal there may put it, but 2-goal lead. Is that enough to keep 404 away? We'll have to see. Can they have to get a quick goal? But the way that 9-year-old Prodigies, they're comfortable. They're playing like it's just an ordinary casual match. Look at that double commit. They don't care. This team, they're very confident. And that's when the team gets scary, is when they think and they know that they just can have the one upper hand.
And they do have the upper hand here. 9-year-old Prodigies, they have held on to it throughout this game number 4, and it's looking very likely that they will beat your Melon Patch Smash number 3 champions, though. They have to play defense for 20 seconds, and with 3 blue players in the corner there, all 3 going for that ball. I think one was going for the player, but regardless, I think that play might have just sealed it.
Yeah, and that one, that's coming into the end here. 5 seconds, but great job by this 9-year-old Prodigy squad. Had a tough contest, but dude, overall, it was such a great game for both teams.
It was a phenomenal series overall. The 2 series, even between these 2 squads, they were stellar. We saw 8 games played between the 9-year-old Prodigies and Team 404, and each one was exciting in its own special way. This one exciting because the 9-year-old Prodigies, they scored 2 early goals and they kind of just ran away with it from there. 8 shots to their name. I believe they outshot Team 404, and that's what they had to do. That was the recipe for success for them. Hold their opponents at bay.
Yeah, and they really were able to hold their opponents at bay here. And great job. Best of 5. They dominated early. Team 404, no reason to have their heads down. They did not get swept here today, but it really was interesting to watch both these teams go away with it. But before we go, any last anything we want to say before we take off, Pepic?
Well, thanks to all of you for watching tonight. The 3rd installment of this tournament series, Melon Patch Smash, will be gone for the rest of this year. We'll be back in 2022, I am sure, though, because these tournaments have been phenomenal entertainment for us, Wolfie. We enjoy ourselves every Wednesday night here.
And ladies and gentlemen, you can enjoy yourself Sunday afternoon and night for our first annual Too Hot Christmas Bash. We're going to have 16 of RLCS bubble teams competing to see which one of them can really come out and be the best out of them. Before we go, I do want to plug a couple teams that we have not announced yet. I currently announced Scythe Gaming, 303, and Untamed Esports, as well as Anomaly today. But I'm gonna give MPG a sneak peek on what will be put out tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be putting out that we have all mid. We're going with who else do I want to get? I'm gonna say all mid. We got Juiced, we got Las Vegas Inferno, and to cap it off, we got Team Meteor. That's the only one I'm gonna give you guys. More
All
teams.
right.
Well, we still have 8 more teams to go, and they're gonna get better and better as the day goes on. I'm giving you guys just small little breadcrumbs, but Saturday night is when the main post of some of our top teams are in there. I'm not saying not everyone's a top team, but there's some really good teams in here. And ladies and gentlemen, if I can all put them on Saturday, I would. But dude, I had to like wait for 3 weeks. Like, okay, who do I want to put? It was really tough. But ladies and gentlemen, you can follow me at W2hot_ on Twitch to find out all that information. But my name's Wolfie2Hot. Co-casting was Bepic. Dude, what a great time. Hope you all enjoyed. And remember, Sunday, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Eastern. Hope you all have a great
Watch that.
day. Hope having a great night.